supposed to cause us harm, but these days all I do is wonder, is about another we could start again. 'Cause in the pain there's something real. Oh, that anger's so concealed. Still you're lost in how to feel. Just let me hold. Oh, that's severed world. The pieces feel so cold. Oh, all the tears won't bring it back to life. But hate will always grow.
Can't kill what I've become. I scream until I'm numb. Now with the summer skies, you're gone. There's nothing I can do or say to get to you. Now I don't know where I belong. I'm screaming at the ceiling. Every word's a twisted feeling. Feelings I can't let go. Oh, the thunder keeps calling. The raindrops won't stop falling. Falling down in a hole. That love lies in my head. 'Cause I fell for all you said. Too easy. Dark clouds won't let me forget. I don't know why I let it get to me. It get to me. 'Cause I think of you every time it rains. One drop is all it takes. And it's pouring, it's pouring, it's pouring, it's pouring, it's pouring, it's pouring, keeps pouring and pouring. I'm screaming at the ceiling. Every word's a twisted feeling. Feelings I can't let go. And the thunder keeps calling. The raindrops
the ground gives out. Getting used to quiet when the noise dies down. I can see the damage when I look around, but I'm still here breathing, so I'm here for now. If I could step outside my head and tell myself what I know now. Find something you believe in. Find someone who will leave when everything you build starts breaking down. Find a place you can return to. Find a truth you can hold on to when the lights go out and you're lost somehow. It's love, 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 love. When everything's falling out, it's love, 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 love that pulls you back somehow. I gave all my time to the wrong mistakes. Tried to outrun fear, but it always stayed. Every open road still feels the same, but I'm learning now it's okay to change. If I could rewind the nights, I'd tell myself I'll be alright. Find something you believe in. Find someone who will leave when everything you build starts breaking down. Find a place you can return to. Find a truth you can hold on to when the lights go out and you're lost somehow. It's love, 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 love. When everything's falling out, it's love, love, put you through. Every night I'm haunted. And I'll step on through. And we can talk all night long. If you want this loving, then call me and I'll drive to you. And we can touch all night long. Just call me and I'll come through.
We should be live, I believe. Hello, everybody. I'll quickly pull up chat. I am one of the casters of tonight, Corey. I've shown my face around here quite a bit. And tonight I'm joined with Chef. If you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm Chef. You all probably know me at this point anyway. I'm pretty prolific in the Gen chat, in the announcements. At everyone.
It is an OBL without the constant at everyone's. Be it work, late night, whatever.
I can't help it, okay? Sometimes I just gotta ping 700 people. It's a need at this point for me.
Yeah, no, addiction. But
some people need sleep, food, water. I need to ping 700 people.
But again, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. If you don't know what it is, as you know, split one of the OBL is now wrapped up. We're going into just a 1v1 kind of for fun event.
It's not just for fun.
For fun, for glory, for ego.
We are going to crown the first ever OBL 1v1 champion. They will have bragging rights until they lose that crown.
Which makes it even more exciting, because, again, for tonight, whoever takes the winner, the 1v1 kind of crown, takes it for the very first time in the OBL's history, and then makes it interesting for the second one, the third one. Heavy is the crown, as they say. Can they hold it?
I mean, with that crown, especially if they're one of the players, one of the nearly 300 people playing in Season 2, I got to live up to that crown in all of Season 2 as well. No pressure, buddy.
It's good to see in chat instantly. I hope Carlos Barron loses by Gecko, and then followed by Football Winner saying justice for Carlos Barron. So obviously, Carlos, something to look at tonight, maybe.
We've got a Carlos Barron fan club. I hear he has his signature pick locked and loaded, ready to go. He's not here for the crown. He's here to prove just how good he is with his signature pick. So we'll see how far that gets him. We're gonna quickly. I'm hoping we've got enough people in stream that it looks like we've got at least 32. We'll do a quick demo for all of the 1v1 players, just on how to enter your results so that we can keep the bracket progressing nicely.
Yes, which I will quickly swap over to that now. Are you ready, Chef? And I'll swap over so we can quickly get a walkthrough.
Yep. I'm good to go.
Alrighty, transitioning. Take it away.
Very good. Okay, so the way that works for all of you at home who are playing along, if you guys go into competitions, you'll go into the OBL 1v1 tournament. I'm going to go into demo right now for the sake of demo. I'm also getting distracted. Okay, so we go into your ladder. You click My Matches. Then you click View Match on you'll only have one match scheduled at a time because the next round is determined by the previous round. So you click View Match. And then in this top right corner you have Captain Controls. all you have to do is enter the map, enter the score. Obviously, I beat Corey 2-1. And then I say next proof. This is where you would normally put screenshots. We're not going to bother with screenshots for the 1v1. You hit review, submit results, and then Corey will do the same on his. And he can, because he's entering it after me, it will have the match results pre-filled for him. And then once he does that, it'll show up here and it'll log the score. And then we're done.
Just makes it easier for all of us to track and to know what we're watching and what sort of brackets we're moving along with.
It's also needed to generate the next bracket, because the next
Yes.
bracket will just automatically generate based on the results. So both the winner and the loser, like both players, please enter your results, and then we'll be all good.
Yeah. Which, if I will jump over to the bracket, the stage 1 bracket, so everyone can see now.
You can do that.
Which, if I do this and flick it over, here we are. So, pretty much, go into this. Here is our very first brackets that are forming tonight. Each one will be facing, first one will be Tiprat versus Dio, Wrangle versus Jibby, DJ Chelsea versus Carlos Barron, Daya versus X4N, Juicy Brazza versus Crazy Rockstar, Fancy versus Juny, Zebra versus The Arisen, Ultimate versus Harry D, Ball That K-Up, I'm not sure how to say that one, sorry, versus Grey Sun, Vision Shadow versus Snipe King, Decoy versus Trigger, Mudley versus Fat Cones, Jaded versus Floofiso, Nabura versus Enna, Vanessa versus Lucas, I've lost it. Sorry. And then McClutchy versus Bizarre. So they are our round 1 brackets for tonight. With that, I will jump us back over so you can see my lovely face as our teams begin their setup, as they're beginning their begin their lobbies and get everything orchestrated. Let us know if in chat if there's any technical issues, anything's too loud, stuff like that. I was a little bit lazy. I didn't really prepare too much tonight. So let us know if there's any issues.
I have already got one ready and going, although they forgot to get rid of their spectator delay by the looks of things. So we'll see.
That's classic. That's classic. Well, that is fine. If that's the case, we will, in just a second, we will jump over into Chef Screen so we can watch our very first game of the 1v1 tournament tonight.
Sorry. Hold on till I get that going.
Yes,
Till
no,
it
that's
loads.
fine. That's fine.
If it loads. Nope. And then Nabura cancelled his lobby. Thanks, mate.
Okay. So, who is it that you're watching on your one?
Look,
Chef?
I was gonna give Nabura a quick spectate because Nabura and Enna, sorry, are they're old 1v1 partners. They've been playing 1v1s for ages now. They've been playing 1v1s against each other for a long time, practicing with each other. There's a bit of history, a bit of lore there.
Yep.
So I'm keen to see who comes out on top of that matchup. But while they're doing that, I'm going to maybe jump in and...
Yeah, if that's the case, on my one, I will get Dio and Tiprat. You know, let's get the staff members on one. You know, a little bit of favoritism here. It's not the OBL without that a little bit. But nah, it's would be tonight's gonna be a good kind of couple of games, and again, we're finally getting the very first 1v1 champion to emerge out of this. An untouched crown, some would say.
It really is. Brand spanker.
How is everybody tonight in chat? Do we have anybody tonight that you think will claim kind of victory, or any favorites?
Well, on
start
that
sending
note,
it through.
On that note, if anyone has an Invid account already, you guys can go into the tournament and you can view match details, and you can actually tip the winner. it's built into Invid. So if you want to have a better tip record than Nucleus, the admin on Invid, go in there and submit your tips and get a cool track record.
It appears I won't actually be able to watch Dio and Tiprat. They have turned their no one to spectate, so unfortunate on them. We won't be watching that one, unfortunately. Let's take a look. Who else do we have here?
Jump into DJ Chelsea if you're friends with him. That's the Carlos Barron game.
Easy, alrighty.
I've got mine are supposedly 5 seconds away. For Anna and Nabura, we've got Anna and Nabura have picked, I think, what we're probably going to see a lot of tonight, which is, of course, the quintessential 1v1 matchup. I'll share this for you, Kari, so you can...
Thank you. If that's the case, let's just get straight into it. Why not, eh?
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
What we see here is what I think everyone expects to be the meta for this 1v1, which is the Renekton and Tryndamere matchup. Both of them obviously quite strong. But in addition to that, the ARAM balance buffs on Tryndamere are a little bit disgusting. And the ARAM balance buffs also on Renekton, obviously the increased healing. And so Tryndamere has 10% reduced damage taken, 10% increased damage dealt, and 20% increased healing.
Yeah, right. Wow, that's pretty strong with the healing boost. It makes sense. I feel like tonight going into this, we're going to see a lot of champions with tools and options to let them sustain. Or, like I believe we were talking about earlier, manaless champions will be very, very dominant.
Manaless champions, I think the big thing in this too, right, is that the ARAM buffs can make a very big difference, particularly when you're stacking the two champions together. If someone has 10% damage increase and someone else takes 10% increased damage, then, you know, you've kind of functionally got like a little bit over 20% extra damage coming through. The Renekton has decided to go for the trade here. I think if he lets this go too long, Tryndamere is just going to keep building rage, keep sustaining up, and it's going to become a real problem for him.
I'm just quickly, I'm trying to set up a second game to...
No worries,
Carlos
I'll keep yapping about this
yeah.
game then. I was in the Discord last night watching Nabura and Anna 1v1 a little bit, practice, get ready, and Nabura said to him, I'm picking Tryndamere tomorrow, man. You know, mind game me, see if you can get me off it, but I'm picking Tryndamere. It's just too strong. And you can see that Anna has opted here for the other meta 1v1 champion. Is it a handshake? Did they know they were going to do this beforehand? I couldn't say, but I think we're in for a bit of a slow one here. This might even be a CS game, to be honest. We're at 18 and 21 right now.
Yeah, I
might
assume
see
they'll
it
be
go to
fighting
100.
for to try and get the experience lead and stuff like that. Tryndamere is definitely a good lock in here, especially with the higher the rage, the higher the crit chance, all that sort of stuff. So
Renekton pops the Dominus. He's decided that he's going to force a Tryndamere ultimate here, or die trying potentially. And Nabura just walks right out. Not where you want to be is this Renekton. Not at all. He's got no ulti. But geez, that increased healing. What a difference.
if you don't mind me asking quickly, Chef,
Yeah.
did they invite you to the lobby so you could spectate it?
They did. Yeah, they did.
Okay, understood. I won't be able to get a spectate on my end, unfortunately, then.
That's right.
So, for this one, we'll be watching Nabura versus Ina. If the other ones make it on through, then we can spectate them once. I'll be able to jump down between them. Yeah, I'm gonna get a
I'll
poll
get
going in chat.
I'll get another lobby to invite you in the 1v1 chat on the Discord at the same time. The camera's doing its own work, so I don't have to.
Perfect.
I don't have to manage it, so that's fine.
Alrighty, I've started a poll for anyone in the chat if you want to start following along on who takes the very first bracket in this game getting streamed. Will it be Ina on the Renekton, or will it be Nabura on the Tryndamere? It looks like Renekton's kind of having a bit of a stronger start here with the health lead at the moment. However, both health spots have been popped. And Tryndamere still sits on both, with, I think, probably a stronger sustain and healing game. We're yet to see any form of ultimates come out. Looks like they've exchanged ignites, though. So both...
Renekton's ulti has just come off cooldown. And of course, Nabura has his available as well. I have to say, the sustain on the Renekton, surprisingly high. Perhaps even too high, but I mean, it's not like it's any different for Tryndamere here. One of the tricky things with this matchup too is that the towers in 1v1 ARAM are incredibly squishy. And so really all it takes is if Tryndamere gets one wave under tower, the minute he gets a second wave under tower, he can just press R and he's basically guaranteed a win off of destroying first tower. So you just cannot let him out from under his own tower. And you can see Anna is just relentlessly pushing his waves, crashing his waves, not letting Nabura out at all.
Yeah, it's really going to be on Anna's ability to be able to kind of control this wave and keep it in the middle, stop it from crashing in. Otherwise, like you said, Tryndamere's ultimate will kind of shine there. Of course, it is only a couple seconds, as we're seeing a bit of a transfer and Grasp of the Undying kind of get procced. Do know that Tryndamere does have exhaust back now, as well as Renekton, so could be...
Looks like you might be able to get an invite to another lobby too.
Awesome, sweet.
Okay.
I have to say, I watched these guys for probably about an hour and a half last night, and their practice lobbies were a little bit quicker than this, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we're down to the kind of actual tournament now, so a lot of people are going to probably be a bit nervous about doing this. Hopefully, it looks like it's definitely pivoting towards a 100 CS kind of whoever gets there first.
Yeah.
It's very neck and neck at the moment, though.
Well, I mean, Tryndamere's still got 4 extra minions up that he hasn't had the opportunity to even claim, so Nabura right now with the kind of clear lead on minions. So can Anna either, force him under tower or get the kill here?
Which we might be seeing happen, but Undying Range
Tryndamere pops the ulti and the first kill. Done. Incredible. Just like that.
There we go. With that is our very first actual 1v1 round 1 kind of done between the Anna as well as Nabura. I'll throw us back into intermission currently whilst we're getting the second one set up. Hopefully we'll get another game going on the side here, as it looks like a bunch of teams are beginning to wrap up now, actually. So, Chef, when these kind of the round 1s are done and stuff like that, will that be updated in Invid? So
No, so it'll only we've set it up. Invid can set it up as best of 1 or best of 3, and they can do like they can submit results as we go. Oh, hang on,
as well, from chat, I have gotten word from above, and I have some breaking news for all of yous. Yes, Carlos Baron is out. fastest 0-2, unfortunately, in his life. So with that, I believe his opponent, which was DJ Chelsea, I believe, is then advancing on to the second bracket now. So again, we get closer to the crowning the 1v1 champion out of I believe it's Division 1 as well as 2, correct?
This is an open anyone. This is for anyone and everyone.
Yeah, so the entire OBL, so not even like
Anyone.
just players that have played. Awesome.
Correct,
Okay,
correct.
yeah, that's cool. That's sick. Yeah, as you can tell, chat, I have not done my homework like in any regard, so my apologies, but we make do. Okay, this one I will have access to Juny versus Fancy, so we'll be able to bounce between two games.
Very good.
this
I'm
one.
in the lobby for Anna and Nabura. They're just
Alrighty, if that's the case, I will get ready on the Fancy and Juny one. Yeah. Oh, music stops. There we go. Let's get that one going again. Okay, so
we go back to our competition. Sorry, I've been messaging with everyone. I'm trying to run it at the same time.
no,
a little
look,
bit.
it's as context for people in chat, it's a bit of a chef's handling a lot of the kind of background stuff, all that sort of stuff. I'm attempting to run camera work and swapping between scenes as much as I can. So sorry if it's a little bit schizo. Now, let me know. I'm getting a little bit, it sounds like on the music that a little bit of static might be coming through. I don't know if that's just on my end. Let me know if that's on the stream as well, as we now head into our kind of next couple plays. With how fast some people are already knocked out of bracket 1, I'm not gonna lie. This stream might be a little bit shorter than I was expecting.
No, these guys are blasting through. We have another. We have another result locked in, done and dusted. Our very own Grunky Pete from the cast team has managed to beat Daya, who is no slouch, by the way. Daya is a Masters player, and he's beat him 2-0. So Grunky Pete, who I hear might be a little bit of a Renekton merchant, is, I think, really in his element here. You know, this is the Renekton the game mode. So
okay, so
we'll see.
Looks like on the as well. Sorry, I missed it before. No, this is not Fearless. They are able to play the same champions and stuff like that. You do hear static. That is fine. For now, I will make the music sit on the back seat until I can fix that on the side. As we see another Renekton and Tryndamere kind of roll out. On my one, when I load in, I will flick to it, but we will have Juny on the LeBlanc and Fancy on the Aurelia. So, which as things begin to go in, I will quickly transfer us over to back to this one, because my one didn't work, and I'll figure out why.
Oh no. Technical difficulties central right now.
Technical difficulties in the OBL? Never. Alrighty. So
It'll be interesting to see in this matchup whether Anna is going to be able to adapt, and you know, kind of change his playstyle and put a little bit more pressure on Nabura. You know, in these windows where he's got his rage built up. You know, get a little bit more sustain. And try and maybe just keep his health bar a little bit higher, keep Nabura a little bit lower. Obviously, not an easy task on a Grasp of the Undying Tryndamere with 20% increased healing, but what are you going to do otherwise?
And with that, I will quickly flick over to Juny and Fancies as they are now getting underway. Again, Aurelia versus LeBlanc. Looks like the LeBlanc will probably most likely be looking to get a little poke down, a very early kind of strong start. as I'll quickly jump back towards the Renekton and the Tryndamere fight.
I think that LeBlanc Aurelia matchup is an interesting one. I don't know what Aurelia's individual ARAM buffs are, but I do know that all melee champions on like in the ARAM game mode, which this technically is, they do all get 15 magic resist. So you know you had Fancy there with an Magic Mantle, as well as that extra 15 magic resist. You know, he's going to be able to take quite a beating from that LeBlanc, and still be a real threat.
Yeah, jumping back, it looks like Fancy has kind of pushed in the wave under towards tower as a bit of a skirmish comes off. Fancy playing it safe, staying towards the back. But the CS lead currently, Fancy hitting on ace, LeBlanc on 22. So it looks like Juny's in a better position. Won't actually need to really look for too many engages outside of poke if he can just stay getting CS and building up towards 100.
From this position, he has to do basically nothing except farm. Our Nabura and Anna matchup, of course, is a different story. They're, well, maybe not quite so much, but they're a little bit closer here in CS. Tryndamere has just been eking out these slightly better trades, more or less every time that they do trade. Of course, it's just such a tough matchup, I think, for the... it's winnable for the Renekton for sure, but, you know, his W reduces AD, which of course then reduces the damage of your entire rotation.
Ooh, hang on, I'm jumping back over to my one quickly, as it looks like a big fight begins to happen. Fancy going all in on the LeBlanc, but LeBlanc manages to pop a health pot and just escape.
So close. And you know Fancy's looking for it right now. He is just absolutely ready to 100% greed his way under tower right now. There is just no way. You know, he's not someone who has a reputation for being patient. You know, all his champion pool feels like every character where you press buttons a lot, he likes it.
Yeah, and off the on your game, I've just entered the poll. It says with 20 votes coming in, Ina has about a 55% chance of the vote to take it. So it looks like it's pretty equal, 55-45. However, the ball is definitely in Ina's park in terms of who would advance through your first bracket.
Well, if you looking at what's going on in this game right now, Tryndamere once again eking out another favorable trade. The only saving grace here is that these health relics heal percent missing health, and so being in a lower position, you know, you get more value out of them. Kind of closes the gap a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Looks like going back to mine, Fancy made a quick engage on towards Juny, but Juny manages to distort away, keeping just a nice little transfer, not too much happening. Fancy really trying to aim to look for a route to try and get onto Juny, but it's just not happening.
Yeah, there's well, Juny gets
As
the
Ignite
electrocute proc here.
Fancy
Double
goes in on
chains.
Juny running away. Clone coming through. Fancy takes first. Oh, what the? Juny taking first blood.
First blood. Well done, mate. You know, before this 1v1, Juny was in my DMs, and he said, "I'm the 1v1 king, bro. Just you watch." So he's here with one thing in mind, and that's to win.
And he takes it again. Juny 2-0 over Fancy, advancing on towards the next one. As looks like Renekton going in on Tryndamere.
Tryndamere ulting. Renekton had some good pressure there. So what happened just as we tuned into that was last night they were practicing a tech, which is obviously Demolish is very powerful on Tryndamere. And the question that they asked is, does Exhaust reduce the amount of damage that Demolish does? And the answer is yes. So what you saw was Tryndamere get exhausted to reduce the Demolish proc. And and then Enna, of course, chase him down out of tower and really put the pressure on. That Tryndamere sustain, man. Holy moly. What is that? What a character. What a character.
Yeah, it is quite strong, these kind of sustaining sort of lanes. It does lead to a very drawn-out fight. However, Renekton really needs to make... Ina really needing to start making plays here. Tryndamere sits on 91 CS to 80 on Renekton.
Yeah, he's got 3 minions there, and he doesn't have the ulti to just kind of power through in the next wave and just take the CS. So Anna, well aware of this, trying to apply as much pressure as he can.
Back to this, a bit of a fight happening. Renekton, you're really going to have to make a play soon. It does look like... Oh, wait, sorry. There we go. Kind of looking to maybe make a last stand, but...
He gets out safely, I think.
And with that, 100 CS, Nabura takes game 2 and advances through to the next bracket.
That was the 100 CS win con. And there you go. Another one. Lots of 2-0s going on right now.
Yeah, no, many, which, again, once we start getting towards the semis and all that sort of stuff, it'll become probably a bit more even with maybe just a 1-2, all that sort of stuff kind of coming through. But it looks like in terms of either heavy burst or sustain. Sustain if you want to draw it out as long as possible. So we'll maybe look towards 100 CS opening. Or if you go a burst one like Funk or Zed or anything like that, therefore it lets you kind of look to go in and just burst someone down, killing them out, advancing to the next round.
Bear with me one moment while I just go to some match details.
Fine.
If I can try and get... Sorry, I'm trying to just manage these guys as well.
Carlos, is the game in slow-mo? I don't think so. It should have been normal. If it was coming through, yeah, maybe a little fat finger might have happened and turned down the speed slightly, but that's all right. Again, where it's a lot of things are going on trying to organize 32 players in all their matches at the same time. So
Okey-dokey.
while Chef is doing this in the background, we're probably looking to maybe move on to the second lots of brackets.
Yeah, we have to be close to the second round. I'm going to just jump in the chat and see who has and hasn't.
Yeah, go ahead. I will...
We might have one more that we can jump in. Otherwise, we're going to... We'll see if Grayson can...
Yeah, no, that's fine. Take your time as we begin moving on into the second one. So... With that, I will probably quickly flick us over to the current standings. Some people are still updating some things, so take it with a slight grain of salt. And I will flick us over to it now. So, what we're looking at here is currently the first brackets to advance through. So, Tiprat taking the victory over Dio, advancing to the second round. Wrangle and Jibby don't look like they've uploaded yet, so we'll find out. DJ Chelsea coming out victorious over Carlos Baron. X4N coming victorious over Daya.
X4N is, of course, Grumpy Pig.
Ah, okay, thank you. X4N is Gronky. I'll make a mental note of that, sorry. Gronky advancing on. Juicy Brazzy advancing. Juny advancing. Zebra advancing. Harry D going victorious over Ultimate. Lufiso going victorious over Jaded. And then the last 3 we are yet to get a response from or update. They could still be in match.
No, I have one more result, which is that McClutchy has beaten Bizarre.
McClutchy
2-0. So let me quickly... I just have to go through and quickly manually resolve that because a certain someone happened to accidentally enter results a little bit preemptively because they thought it was a prediction field.
That's
So that's
funny.
okay. Yeah,
Hey,
it was a bit
honest
of a whoopsie
mistake.
daisy.
We're I'm glad that we had this the kind of partnership and all this sort of stuff going on with Invid. It really makes it so nice to keep track of and be able to show you guys about.
Oh man,
all the
imagine
kind
I had to do this.
in spreadsheets.
No, I'd be like even more absent than I am right now. It's crazy.
No, yeah. So now I'm curious, Chef. Do you have anybody specific that you are hoping to enter or take tonight's victory?
Hoping I'm not allowed to play favorites. I think truthfully, the person who has perhaps the strongest chance of winning tonight, to my knowledge, is perhaps Nabura. You know, he's done a lot of 1v1s. He knows how to play 1v1s. He knows how to play to the win cons. And like he has something that I think is truly deadly in 1v1s, which is patience.
Which again, as we just watched then between Nabura and Enna, it really showed through. Going in with the sustain, being able to fight towards the end to make the 100 CS. Although, chat, I understand it can be a little bit boring to watch. It's still very impressive watching their wave management, all that sort of stuff kind of.
All right, I have great news for you. We're both in the spectate. I don't need to be in here then. I can just go with you.
I will take this one. Is this the last one for the very first bracket?
I believe. Who have you got in that lobby there?
Bang Juan as well as Go Loco.
Yeah, this should be the last. This will be Grayson and Balthacquid. So this should be one of our last. I've just got to chase up a couple of results here quickly.
Go ahead. Well, whilst that happens, I will be able to hold the floor then. Let's get a second one going, a second poll for this one, of who will take the last bracket. The last round of bracket 1. Do we have let me check if we have standings on these guys yet.
We should have some standings, because it should have. Let me just see who have we got. Okie dokie. Okay, got it.
Looks like Wink saying whoever wins from DJ Chelsea and Grunky Pete is winning the tourney. On God. Brave claim to make. We'll see if that can if that will last through to the end. Again, a lot of these players here, the vast majority, I believe, are either coaches or past players of the split.
There's a couple of
we
new
do
players.
have some fresh faces though, yeah.
Both of these two players, I believe, are fresh faces.
Yeah, I
in
don't
fact,
remember seeing
we have some people in this tournament who are fresh to the OBL server this week. So they signed up for the 1v1 a little while ago, like, you know, through a friend or something, and yeah, so they're here for the purpose of 1v1ing. I mean, Nabura is one of those people, a friend of Anna. Some other faces that I hadn't seen before, Balthacquid and Sakai were both new to me. So, you know, I mean, 1v1s bring some new people in, which is exciting for everyone.
Exactly, and it adds to the competitive kind of spirit, and I think we're hoping to make this a semi-dedicated thing. Not too sure on what's happening or the discussion about kind of the back part, but we do want to keep doing this, right?
Well, I mean, I think it'd be good for you and I to do some feature tourneys every now and again.
Yeah.
But I certainly had a conversation in the general chat with Meg about potentially running the 1v1, like Meg running a monthly fight night.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that comes to fruition. Looks like we've got a couple of matches
As well, for the ones watching, it looks like we've got the two ADCs going to look for a face-off here. So Sustain here has gone to the win. So we're looking like Kalista getting a nice carry on Q through to the Caitlyn, applying some spears with a bit of a callback. Nice amount of poke coming through.
Okay, this is quite interesting because Kalista is another one of those characters who she has crazy ARAM buffs. She's very, very strong. But she also just does really, really well into a 1v1. First blood.
There we go, Feng Huan taking first blood on the Kalista.
Oh,
wow, that happened very fast. I didn't even get to play-by-play.
That's that Kalista level 1 damage, man. Well, I suppose she's level 6 at this point, but that early, that early Kalista damage. So it's just so strong.
Chef, you know that bracket system that we were talking about and discussing before? Is that
yes, indeed
open to public, or is that just us?
No, that's only us. But if you guys tune in, so it is visible to everyone. Invid has put it up on their Twitch stream. So if you are on the Invid homepage, they have a Twitch stream going with it on it, so you can check it at any time.
That's a really good setup from them. I'll just, again, take a quick little peek over the look of it. As we can then, I believe, yeah, Nabura, Lucas, and McClutchy now coming through. As we are now setting up for the next game, we have, again, Feng Huan going against Go Loco again. Which, once we're setting that up, and we'll go into the final round of this bracket, which then brings us into the next one. Is it 4 bracket totals in Chef in total?
Should be 5 brackets deep.
5? Easy, awesome.
Yeah, so this was the first one, and we should have 4 more rounds before we get into grand finals.
Beautiful. Yeah, I was thinking when we get towards either quarters or semis, do we maybe want to do one at a time?
Yeah,
or
we can look at doing.
Yeah,
I mean, for quarters, we can do maybe in pairs.
Yeah.
And I can spectate one, you can spectate the other, and then for semifinals we might do one at a time, and then obviously the grand final.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to go at it. As like, again, we for lack of better term, cull the week as we get towards the end of it, the semis and the finals. No flame to anyone there. Remember, for the Masters that lost round 1, you just got flamed by an Iron player. Haha. As we now go into our game, again, we're seeing the same matchup come out. Kalista versus the Caitlyn. Hopefully, Loco can maybe look for a better positioning, I guess, more or less. It looks like the Kalista Fang very aggressive, carrying through the Q, because if the Q's going to kill a target, it'll carry the spears through to whatever it hits next. Yeah, and it's going to be beautiful. As teams are now, the players are now positioning themselves forward.
Decided to just run it back. How interesting. No change required. I think it's a brave choice from Go Loco here. I mean, it was close last time. Maybe he thinks that, he'll just hands diff him this time.
As well, hey, my apologies, Carlos. Hey, you're on the fellow, I believe, the staff team now. I can flame you. But I have gotten a message from him. As we go into the now second round. Fang getting that carry on through a large amount of poke, followed instantly by the recall, the E, the Kalista getting a lot of damage out. I'm interested to. Obviously it's working with the Kalista pick, but I feel like it makes the ultimate rather redundant, actually.
Yeah, but that's fine. You just put another level into your E and like
True, actually, yeah, of course.
But yeah, it just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Her ARAM buff is just huge. Her early game damage is huge.
Curious, can I check that? Damage dealt 110, damage taken 90. Yes, that is quite quite strong, and I assume they might have had some percentage changes.
Well, I mean, so this is it, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, you've got a Caitlyn. I mean, being on the receiving end of Callista Spears, you know, this huge stacking damage. Apply it to minion, and then if you get that combo correctly, throw it through with the Q and transfer all the stacks at once, and then pop the E, and it goes half your health bar, or your whole health bar.
Looks like Caitlyn finally gets to match a little bit of Callista's poke there as a nice headshot comes through in the bush. Callista making sure that Caitlyn can kind of stay off the bush from the looks of it to not build up headshots faster. As, yeah, it looks like both teams are just kind of procrastinating, looking for a just poke down. Bang really showing that power through on those spears. It's a shocking amount of damage coming through with the combo of the Q follow through, get the spears on the Caitlyn, recall him with the knee. As it looks like both barriers and both exhausts coming out. Feng Huan again seizing second round, taking first blood again.
Another 2-0.
Advancing
Another
on.
2-0. These. Yeah, yep. So advancing on indeed. We should have, I've got word in now that Mudley has finished, and he, I believe, has told me in his DMs that he did in fact beat Dorito Dan. And I gotta say, Dorito Dan was talking up a big game. Envy was talking up a big game before all of this. Are we excited to see Dorito Dan win everything? And unfortunately, Mudley's gotten the better of him.
Well, out of all the brackets, was there any of them that were 2-1 at the start, or was it everyone just a sweep?
I haven't seen any brackets that were 2-1. That's not to say that they haven't been. We're still just waiting, by the looks of things, on a couple of people to submit results. I can do some of that now, but I'll see what these guys are saying and whether they are in fact paying attention or not.
The hardest part about playing, doing all this kind of admin and the stat sheets and all this sort of stuff is the
it's doing everything all at once.
yeah.
We've got at the minute, I'm waiting to see what the go is out of the Wrangle Jibby game. I'm not sure what the result was for that.
Well, as we wait on that, looks like, yeah, again, most of the votes coming through was Fang to take that victory. Very strong plays made there, especially, honestly, I didn't expect Callista to be such a threat, but the poke with the Qs coming through, carrying the spears, the E, obviously a lot of experience to be able to pull it off, and a fair amount of practice for tonight. Looks like someone in chat is saying Wrangle advances 2-0.
Yep, 2-0, which is this is an interesting point because there was, there's a little bit of a meme that exists at the minute that Wrangle dies on mid-wave a lot. And, in a 1v1, that's all there is. There's just mid-wave. And
he's
Wrangle...
fighting the stereotype. That's funny as. But, let us know when the second brackets are formed, and I will get that shown, and we can see what we're looking at.
I will quickly just get these last couple sorted. Wrangles 2-0 to Jibby.
Once we get towards semis as well, chat, I will throw out one final poll, or not final poll, but with the 4 players that will be advancing. And when that is done and up, you can make your votes. And good luck to see. It's a 1 in 4 chance based on like skill factors and that sort of stuff. And hopefully you can pick correctly who take the 1v1 first.
Oh boy, we
round.
might have the whole bracket generated. Look at that. We were just waiting on one, I believe. Let's have a quick squiz and see what that live bracket looks like. We do, in fact, We just need a couple more done. So we have some of our next round generated now. We're just waiting on the results. Note that should have progressed. So it will be Wrangle versus the Dirty Tip Rat. I've just got to change this to that.
That's all right. I have pulled up the brackets then, if we're going to walk through them. For the second round of the 1v1 tournament. Do you want me to hold off going through it until you're all set up? Or
No, you can run through it. I'm just gonna get everything else sorted.
Okay, if that's the case, then for round 2, we have DJ Chelsea going up against Grunky Pete. No. Juicy Brazzy facing off against Juny. Zebra going off against Harry D. Ball for Queep going up against Vision Shadow. We have then Lufiso going up against Nabura. Lucas going up against McClutchy. And Dirty Tip Rat going off against Wrangle. And I believe we're waiting on the final 2 to come through.
Yep, I have the last couple of sets of results here, which is that Mudley won 2-0 in his his matchup against Dorito Dan. So that's all sorted. That should have just fed through. And Sakai Trigger, I just need to also enter the results in for that, which was 2-1 to Sakai. So our first 2-1 that I'm aware of. Perhaps there was another one that I missed. But that's it. The bracket should now be generated.
Awesome. Which then, if that's the case, we will be seeing Sakai go up against Mudley for our final battle in the second of brackets.
Indeed. There we go. That should have... Has that worked now? Is that all looking good? Everything's happy?
Yes, it is all good to go as I get my first invite through. So the one I will be spectating is Grunky Pete versus DJ Chelsea.
No worries at all. I'm going to spectate. I've been invited by Finesse, so I will be spectating.
Beautiful.
Oh, hold on. No, what a prank. Finesse is spectating this lobby as well. I have the Mudley and Balfour Quip. Oh, hang on. No, sorry, not Mudley. Mudley Sakai is the lobby I have.
Easy. All right. So then for this one, we'll be watching Mudley versus Sakai as well as Grunky Peep going off against DJ Chelsea. Which I'm looking at them in terms of my match. Grunky going with Chelsea. Maybe might be doing a mirror matchup, which I hope is the case. So, as they make
mirror
their
matchup could get pretty spicy. All right, just looking at the draft now for Mudley and Sakai. Mudley looking to lock in Tryndamere here. Sakai hovering Briar right now.
Okay, interesting pick. I can see it.
I mean, look, I saw a stat the other day that Briar is the most deeply mained champion in League of Legends.
I mean,
so
to advance through the 1v1, right? Maybe it's best if you go on the Briar. Let the game play it for you. It's a good advancement tactic.
I mean, into Tryndamere, I don't know, man. Tryndamere just looks so strong. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
To be fair, I want to pick
Caitlyn
Caitlyn and Kalista. So it all more or less balances out in some form of way as we now make our way into the game. Grunky going off against DJ Chelsea here. Mirror matchup. You'll probably like this one as it is looking to be double Renekton's, baby.
Oh, goodness me.
We are going to see some sustain.
I'll just quickly get you my Briar Tryndamere.
That
Or
is
is that
fine,
now
as I
working for
already
you? Is
have
that feeding
access to
straight
it.
through? Beauty. There you
Yep,
go.
let me just check OBS, but we should be able to see Tryndamere versus Briar, and we'll jump back to this one. Double, awesome, sweet. This is working well. I did not expect that.
Turns out, if you just never stop streaming, when the League of Legends window disappears and then reopens, it just streams it again. So there you go. That's a Linus tech tip there for all the viewers. We got some emotes from Grunky and Chelsea. I had Grunky in my DMs after the first round saying, surely me versus Chelsea. And I said, sorry, mate, I don't generate it, but as it so happens, the way that the cookie has crumbled, he gets his mirror matchup that he wanted.
Now, I will be swapping between both as it switch back to this one. Grunky and Chelsea going all out and a quick going straight from 100 to half health in one kind of go. As a couple dashes and rages coming through, double ignite getting traded. Coming back to Briar and Tryndamere, they're looking like they're just going to have a quick brawl. Briar exhausted.
Briar's now sitting on about half health, Tryndamere on about 3/4. Mudley really just in a comfortable position here. Sakai has had to pop a potion already. Gets a stun on the Tryndamere, but Tryndamere throws out the exhaust. Briar knocks Tryndamere under turret and is now just in a compromising position here. Can he make the trade with a nice stun? Unfortunately not. First blood to Mudley. That's 1-0.
Coming back to my one, Chelsea snowball coming out on towards Grunky. A bit of a trade, but no rage coming through on the Chelsea there. So just gets a unempowered stun as Chelsea begins to crash the wave under tower. CS, Chelsea ahead, sitting on 20 compared to Grunky's 13.
It's close, but Chelsea just keeps getting these slightly better trades, getting slightly further ahead. I think it's potentially going to snowball out of control here if Grumpy can't start getting some good trades back, although I will say they're back to even HP again.
Now, it looks like if I might be reading this, I'm not too... Oh, a Grunky going in through snowball under Chelsea on the tower. Both ults coming out now. Ignite coming back on Chelsea any moment, as well as Ignite on Grunky there.
And Chelsea getting the heal, going straight back in.
And with that, Chelsea takes the Renekton Mirror face-off going into the next round.
And I am in Champ Select for round 2 of Mudley and Sakai. And to the surprise of exactly no one, Mudley sticking with what works, which is Tryndamere. So the question is, will Sakai change it up? And he has. He has changed it up. We've got
If it ain't
Nakali.
broke, why fix? So,
Well,
yeah,
I
just
mean,
keep running Renekton.
Briar was for sure broken and needed some fixing. So he's going to go for an Akali here. I think this is still going to be a really rough matchup for the Akali. You know, Tryndamere just getting that free magic resist. I mean, Akali gets it too, but it obviously means way more for the Tryndamere than it does for the Akali.
Yeah,
So-
it's in terms of sustain, so it's looks like it's going to be a bit rough for the Akali initially, but it really looks like to be just a skill matchup at the very.
I
Akali,
think
I
that
can see win this, but it's going to be very difficult.
I watched a couple of these last night. Anna versus Nabura, you know, practicing. I watched a couple of Akali Tryndameres. You're going to want to be very comfortable on Akali to kind of win this matchup. It's
Yes.
pretty rough, to be honest. Not much to be done.
Are these players, have we seen them in the OBL scene in the split, or are they fresh
That's a great
faces?
question. Mudley has certainly been around, but Sakai is a new face. Only joined the Discord yesterday when he got his spot in the 1v1 tournament.
Which we're all about. Well, it's good to see the community grow as it kind of like begins to advance it, hopefully into something greater, something a bit more involved with a lot of the.
Going in for a trade here already. Mudley making aggressive moves, making good use of the ignite early. The cooldowns, of course, in Howling Abyss are shorter. It's a part of the ARAM buff. I believe they have 70 Summoner Spell Haste.
We'll soon be getting over into the Grunky Kelsey matchup. They're just having a quick pause as they're getting some time. So we'll keep watching the Wayne face off against Mudley. It looks like, yeah, again, as you kind of made that guess earlier, it's a very hard matchup for Akali, but we can see hopefully a nice play come through.
Mudley, and look at that tower health. One wave. If he doesn't hit 6 here, though, he is in real trouble. No, no, he's not. I stand corrected, just like that. I'll see myself out then. Mudley.
With that, we'll jump over to Grunky and Chelsea dancing as their waves now begin to respawn and advance in the middle. Another mirror matchup. We're watching the Silases go at it. They're both starting with the same items, and both Conqueror and both Summoners being the same. So this is as mirror as we can get.
We have also had... Oh, I've had an invite to another lobby. Fantastic. I have the Nabura Flufiso lobby right now. So I'll have that up shortly. We've also had our another result. Wrangle and Dirty Tip Rat. Wrangle has come out on top of that, which I suppose is, you know, to me, it's not a huge surprise. Wrangle is here with something to prove, I tell you what.
Yeah, beautiful. We've also had, I believe, Fang 1-2-0 against Balfour Lab. As a fight happening, both Ignites getting transferred out. Grunky People taking first blood after a series of Summoners. I saw the Snowball kind of engages come out really clean there. That happened before the even first wave really died. Chelsea didn't even get any form of CS.
What gamer.
That was level 3 bloodbath.
Yeah, well, it was fantastic. Can I just say I have an absolutely spectacular matchup coming up for you right this very second. Easy. As I load in. How's this for a matchup?
You see me for a second?
We know Tryndamere is strong. We know Tryndamere has kill pressure. We know Tryndamere has tower pressure, and we know that he has excellent sustain and can just play for CS. Flufiso has, I'm gonna assume, picked comfort here, and gone for Janna.
Now, me alongside a lot of people in chat. Have been around the block, some would say. And most would agree, this is a fascinating matchup. I can see, I guess, the on-hit capabilities with the movement speed as well as the ghost. I believe Janna passive does have a speed on-hit, which could be very fascinating, but...
Well... Look, I'm going to be honest, I don't know enough about the Tryndamere-Janna matchup to really comment on it. What I will say is that Flufiso has opted for boots. And what that says to me is I will not be on your screen, you will not be hitting me, I'm just going to auto-attack you and bully you till you cry. And I mean, holy moly, what a lot of damage to dish out for a level 3 Janna.
Maybe, honestly, this might be a play.
Just foot on the gas here, not letting up. Has Flufiso actually conquered the Tryndamere Renekton meta here? And with a pick I don't think anyone saw coming. A lot of minion damage, though.
I'm not sure what's going on here. But yeah, it's a bit of a sustain kind of coming out here. As you said, Janna... It honestly seems to be a bit of an on-hit and movement speed diff. As long as it doesn't get insulted, I think there is a chance, but no clarity. So now that she's low mana, her only way to replenish is going to be the health stacks at the back.
Well, the Howling Abyss, of course, does. I mean, there'll be potentially some mana regen in runes as well. I'm not sure whether she's taken precision or not, but also the ARAM buff does regenerate 0.15% missing mana per second on top of the champion's base regen. So,
Well, there you go.
oh,
That's
right. This
all right.
Janna is doing so much damage. Never in a million years would I have expected it. I mean, I wonder whether maybe going for a couple of or at least one fairy charm here is better than going an amp tome.
So, chat, if quickly, I've just put a poll up. Who wins this one, Jana or Tryndamere? Get your vote in now because this could be an interesting outcome. As
I would love to see Jana make it through to the next round in 1v1 because what a fantastic pick. Like, I really am just such a big fan of unusual, wacky picks. It's looking rough now that Tryndamere's, he's got threat with ultimate, and he, of course, has what feels like endless sustain. But wow, like, Flufiso had him on the ropes at the, that kind of early pre-6 stage when Jenna still had mana, of course.
mind you, Jana still has ultimate. Monsoon, massive heals, big knockbacks.
Oh my goodness.
As
The
I'm just
turret damage is just...
Flick over to this one. It is a double two Rivens matchup. Again,
Flufiso's gone. She's... Just like that. First tower. It's that Tryndamere tower damage is crazy.
So with that one, it looks like Flufiso is advancing as I flick back towards our Grunky Peep going all in on Chelsea. Snowball getting traded, Ignite getting traded. Grunky Peep going on to the Chelsea. Chelsea healing with a health pot, just surviving. Oh my... And
Grunky Peep tower dives. First one. He's just not waiting. This is what we want to see. Carnage. Absolute carnage.
Well, wow. With that, I guess, yeah, Grunky Peep advances to now the third bracket. Taking out Chelsea along the way. Look, honestly, I'm still whiplashed by the Jana. That was great. I don't know what was happening on that one.
Yeah, I've got to be honest.
Such a strong start.
I really have to be honest. I don't know what to make of that Jana. Yeah. Flufiso clearly knows, how to play that Jana Tryndamere matchup. Cool tech, man. Like, really cool tech.
Yeah, it was, like, again, the very start of that very, very strong. The knockups, the poke, the early on hit, which once the levels start coming in was easily beginning to fade off. Movement speed isn't given so freely. So, like, a little bit of on-hit damage was coming as well within the abilities. But, yeah, early game poke, very, very strong. Tryndamere sustain, though. Builds the rage, heals it on back. Makes it very difficult. Jana's only risk sustain outside just the health packs is probably the pop the ult, Monsoon, heal that up.
I think it's the mana too, right? Like, not being able to go that starting item. I honestly couldn't tell you the name of it. The ARAM starting snow globe. That really puts you at a regen disadvantage. Both in terms of mana, but also, in that whole HP situation. How do you beat Tryndamere sustain?
Exactly, and honestly, it's becoming a very strong champion across multiple of these series now. I'm just gonna quickly put my light on. I think if you're going to go in a champion like a mage that is mana dominant and mana reliant, especially, you're going to have to sacrifice one of your spells. I would take Clarity. I think it's 50% mana, instantaneously regen. Very, very low cooldown. I think it's like a minute and something.
But Clarity just sacrifices so much. Like, Ignite gives so much kill pressure. Exhaust denies so much damage. You know, like I think basically the crux of it all ends up being how do you justify taking a mana locked champion in a matchup where you can just take a champ with no mana and run ignite, run exhaust, run snowball if that's your preferred flavor, and you know, then not care.
Exactly. It is a difficult matchup, but again, we have seen it come through. I believe the LeBlanc from earlier, I think Dunso, kind of did really prove that maybe if you're gonna go like a mage and a burst one, something that can really lock you down, has the double root ultimate cooldown and the mimic. But yeah, again, at the end of the day, very well played from the Janna for the very first half. It was unexpected damage, and we thought most of chat actually, like, we had like 6 votes that like coming in there, and most of them were like, yeah, Janna takes this. I think it was only one lone wolf that went for Tryndamere. But yeah, and with that, I believe that is all the games from the second lot of hits, as we now
Okie
answers it. Jeff is just gonna background stuff, get stuff organized so that we can know what we're looking at in the bracket.
Indeed, I'm trying to organize the
Yeah, the kind of like the brackets and stuff like that. So yeah, take your
trying to
time.
organize our matches for us to spectate, I believe.
Okay, all good.
So we're gonna try and get ourselves into the lobby with we're gonna watch the bottom half of the bracket first. So hopefully Wrangle and Grunky can hold their horses for a minute so that we can jump in and spectate them afterwards. But we're gonna get Nabura and Lucas, and Balthiquip Mudley are gonna be the 2 matchups. So
Beautiful. If that's the case, I will now quickly jump us over to the brackets and we can quickly run it through here the chat. So then, yeah, now as we are go into third lots of brackets. So flicking over to this. So, going to the top for round 3 of tonight, we have Wrangle facing off against X4N, which is Deep. Harry D, which is facing off against, I'm not too sure yet. They haven't updated their stats. We'll come back to that.
You can spectate this one, Corey, and I will jump in the Nabura lobby.
Awesome, thank you. We're seeing Balthiquip go off against Mudley, and Nabura face off against Lucas. So, with that, I'll jump us back into this one.
And we've just got one more that needs to resolve quickly. I need to see whether Juny and... Okay.
Well, as they all get set up, it looks like in my game, Fang going off against, one second. I will tell you once I'm in the game, as I can't see their name currently. But yeah, we're flying towards the grand finals a lot faster than I was anticipating, which is nice. But it's I'm hoping to see a couple more 2-1s start emerging now, as we're seeing a lot of come through. As the brackets randomly generated, there are often matches which the skill are quite drastically. But as we get towards the end, we'll probably begin luring towards the after brackets, the diamonds, the grandmasters, that sort of stuff. So
well, I will say, Juny is still in it. He really, really is. He's in it. He's going strong. He did have a matchup against Juicy Brazzy, who is one of our Div 2 captains. So he hasn't yet had a game against someone who is a little bit higher ranked than he is. But I mean, he said he's the 1v1 king, so it may yet pan out that way.
Alrighty, so as we come across into my matchup, we have Mudley on Brindamere. Again, a pretty strong point, and Fang back onto the Callista, which could be a very surprising amount of damage onto the. Again, I was very surprised for how much it.
I got to watch this last night again.
Oh.
So Anna and Nabura were practicing this. They practiced it a little bit, and Anna's words were, "If someone could actually play Callista, she probably wins this matchup." And to be honest, like I think this is a skill matchup. I think that this is a question of can you pilot the Callista better than your opponent can pilot the Trinity?
Yeah, which is, as we kind of see an insult come across from the Tryndamere, exhaust both going out, Fang flashing away, but now going to carry on with the.
Mudley with the crit.
Tryndamere really kind of showing the strong power come through, and looking at the items quickly. Guardian's Horn, cloth armor, no form of damage, all in the crit. My friend here might like the pokies and trying to gamble this damage, which we'll like to see. So,
I mean, Guardian's Horn, I think has like a flat damage reduction on it.
Yes, exactly.
Per instance, and so like Callista is doing a lot of these small instances of damage, stacking spears on you. It just saves you so much HP. I think it's worth the trade-off, to be honest.
Yeah. If you don't need, again, yeah, you've got a champion that naturally stacks and that it's, if you don't need damage and it comes in built in your kit, go for something that favors survivability, which Guardian's Horn, the flat reduction of damage, really, really, really helps level 3 to level 6. As numbers get higher, less so, but early on, very, very item.
I have Champ Select sitting here. Nabura is locked. He's going with the tried and true. Once again, we're going to see Tryndamere. And his opponent, who is Lucas, has decided to go for Aurelia.
Yeah, as you load into yours, I'm just about to load into mine. I will quickly jump over to yours. I will be back in just a second.
I think, look, my money is on Tryndamere here. He has the flexibility to buy a cloth armor. Lucas doesn't have that luxury. He has instead opted for 5 pots and a fairy charm so that he doesn't go as quickly. I don't know, man. Can he dish out enough damage to just dumpster this Tryndamere before Tryndamere can do what Tryndamere does and inevitably out-sustain him?
The unique strat coming through with the sheer quantity of health pots there. I can definitely see it working out, trying to out-sustain the enemy then. I will quickly jump us over to my one, as we have Fang again on the Callista and Mudley on the Tryndamere. So, same matchup, same items opening too. So hopefully we can see a bit more of a strength kind of come out through this one. As we jump back over to Deathstream.
Seeing in a Tryndamere tournament, and I mean, to be honest, it's looking a little bit that way. I think that in future iterations of the 1v1, we might even throw out a global Tryndamere ban, but at the very least, do a fearless draft. Maybe even the Iron Man draft, 1 ban each.
Iron Man draft could be very fascinating to kind of watch as we as you'd get towards the finals, and you might see some interesting picks, kind of make their way through. I'm surprised we're not seeing more manaless champions. I guess like an Aatrox or a Mordekaiser coming through. I guess very dominant abilities.
Not even that, but like, why? You got to remember, ARAM buffs matter a lot.
True.
You know, we're looking at Tryndamere is rocking like the biggest buff. It's crazy. Okay. What are we
Jump
looking
over
at
the
here?
mine as Fang going in onto what Tryndamere, having to pop his into health. A massive amount of burst coming through, but Tryndamere sustain as the health pots come through, as well as the healing.
I have to say, Tryndamere's looking a lot worse off in the Kalista matchup than he is in the Aurelia matchup right now.
Yeah, it looks like, again, Fang kind of looking just towards getting a little bit of poke out, or jump over this one, as it looked like Seastra just whiffed ultimate down the wave. It might have been to maybe burst the wave down, or I don't know if it was a miss on Tryndamere.
Yeah, look, Tryndamere just doing as Tryndamere does, playing for the first tower win con. I mean, what do you do into that? You know, even as Aurelia, who's got good wave clear, it's just I can only imagine that being on Aurelia's side of that matchup is just sad. Watching a Tryndamere just walk under tower and half health it with demolished.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as you can kind of see, the like tower's already on half health. I can now probably safely say that the ultimate was to hopefully burst down that wave to try and get Tryndamere away from that tower as long as possible. Again, across both games, kind of nothing really happening, as looks like team members, players are looking to maybe just aim for CS, as a bit of trade happening between the Kalista and the Tryndamere. As Fang carries the Qs, very good at that.
I think Fang is in a really, really commanding position at the minute, even if he is a little bit low on
Jumping back
mana.
to mine, sorry, of two fights, Mudley going in on Fang Quan, both exhaust and ignites getting transferred. No deaths coming from it. Health pots nearly all done. Mudley's Tryndamere. Looks like Kalista might be looking for a kill here.
Mudley surely still sitting in ulti. And meanwhile, GG from Tryndamere. First turret for Nabura.
That was a bit difficult. Both things were happening at once, but on Chef's stream, Nabura, I believe, takes the victory over Seastra there, advancing, going back to mine. Fang Quan, again, poking down Mudley under the tower. Looking like, actually, Kalista might be able to seize the tower before Tryndamere can do anything to stop it, but Mudley, no ultimate, not for a long, long while yet. Going in on towards Kalista. Kalista flashing away, autoing, coming out. Tryndamere popping his rage Q, but Kalista recall takes the second 1-1, I believe, here. So we advance on to the next third one, yeah.
Very good to see, and you know, I guess like I said early on there, I really, really think that Kalista is one of the few champions that if you can pilot her, she can actually hold a candle to the Tryndamere. You know, the stacking spears, the potential for burst. I like. How else do you do anything, you know, into that Kalista as Tryndamere? Outranged, it's so easy for her to space. Like,
yeah,
just hippity hoppity the whole way across the lane, all the way back under tower. Like, even with all the gap close, even with insult, still can't get on top of her.
Yeah, it was very well played there, honestly. And with that, we are now, my one's kind of going on as we go into the third one. Bang up against. Oh my god, my memory is terrible.
Up against Fang Wan, which is,
yes.
I believe, Balfour Quip.
Yes, thank you. Oh no, sorry, Mudley. There we go. Yes, Fang Wan going up against Mudley. My bad.
Mudley and Balfour Quip. Sorry,
there's a lot of names here to remember, people.
Okay. So Balfour Quip is Fang Wan.
Okay, gotcha.
My match has just started draft here. Round 2 of Lucas and Nabura. And, I've said it every single time I spectate Nabura. He knows what he's doing. It's no points for anyone in chat who can guess what Nabura's playing. But Lucas has decided to change it up. The Aurelia was not it. He's decided. And he's currently just hovering a Lee Sin. We'll see if that's what he decides to ultimately go for. I imagine he's cooking up some runes at the same time.
With that, my game has started. So throw us into. You wouldn't believe it, everybody. We have Callista going off against Tryndamere. Again, look, they're very strong champions, so we are going to see them kind of come out quite a lot. We're sitting 1-1 currently, going both ways. And yeah, it's Fang really showing that skill expression on the Callista, especially I'm very impressed with the amount of Qs that is able to like kill a minion and carry on through, which is doing a shocking amount of damage, like taking a third of the health in one go as a bit of a fight begins to occur. Sizzler saying, unique matchup this game. Haven't seen this in 20 seconds. Yeah, pretty much. But look, if, again, like I said before, if it isn't broke, why fix it? Why change it, right? So these players obviously showing through that they're very nice 1v1 kind of potential here. As it looks like just a standard trade going down.
Some of these guys, they're not here to show off their champion pool. They're not here to show off anything fancy at all. They are just here to win. And so, you're going to see a little bit of Tryndamere when that's what these guys are here for.
A lot of damage from Fang coming onto Mudley. The holy wow, okay. I think that was like maybe roughly 7 to 9 spears getting pulled from Mudley in one go there. Bringing him from actually like about 2/3 health down to a mere 100. So managing to sustain back, health pots are all gone, as well as the rage has been consumed. Fang kind of going in for looking for that poke onto the C. As I flick us over to...
Yeah, and you'll never guess, Nabura once again picked all reliable Grasp of the Undying Tryndamere. Lucas decided that into a manaless matchup is possibly the way to go.
Double Ignite coming out, and Mudley, Undying Range popping through. Bow flash away on Callista, massive, very, very close to getting a first blood here. Sorry to cut you off, Chef, but it was
no, that's all right,
very,
mate.
very close.
There was important business going on.
As again, both kind of members returning back to their lanes. At about middle health, health packs are now gone. And they're looking just to get some CS out, but they're going in after dying.
That Callista actually took both relics there.
Oh, sorry, jumping back to this one again. Oh, fucking... I'm just gonna flip between them because like both things are about to they're engaging at the same time nearly. But
I think the Mudley Fang 1 matchup is a little bit closer to someone just pulling the trigger here.
Yeah, Fang 1 looking pretty low health, but insult coming through from Mudley, maybe looking still has flash, so it is possible. And like that, Mudley dashing in and getting the final crit auto on towards Fang. Mudley advancing to the next one, jumping over to Chef. Okay.
And look, Nabura, I mean, all reliable Tryndamere, he's full health, he's got a huge wave, he's shoving under tower. Lucas is trying desperately not to let those minions hit tower because he's seen what Tryndamere can do.
Yeah, a lot of just the crit chance, a lot of the attack speed that kind of comes through from the Tryndamere. It's a very strong pick.
And this Grasp of the Undying just keeps him topped up. He's healing with Grasp, he's healing with his Q. It's just permanent. This guy, it's like if it's not one thing, it's the other. how do you out-sustain this? How do you kill him? I mean, we saw Fufiso nearly do it with Janna. Other than that, and the occasional Callista.
I still have whiplash from that. I just want to quickly say that I can't believe that Janna is nearly the one that can take down a Tryndamere, but again, looks like just a bit of a standard skirmish kind of popping out between
I'd like to highlight that I don't think it's just a case of Janna being the champion that can do it. I think there was that had a lot to do with champion mastery.
Yes.
And you know, planning and picking the build that you want. Lucas trying to get some damage on the tower here, but he takes 4 turret hits.
I think a bit of a brave play there.
Nabura smells blood. And there it is. That's a 2-0 once again for Nabura.
And I think with that, from the looks of it, that is the 3rd batch now wrapped up. Which I guess we are at semis then, right?
No, we got the other half. We got the other half of the bracket to go.
Oh, do we? Oh, okay, understood. Okay, I understand how we're doing this now. My bad.
Yeah.
Made a
No,
mistake.
we split the quarterfinals there.
Beauty.
So we now have Wrangle and Grunky Pete, and Juny and Harry D. I'm just letting them know that they're good to go.
So yes, going towards this, Wrangle, Grunky, kind of facing off, and then Juny, Harry. So I'll get one game, you get the other, and we'll keep.
Yeah, you jump into Juny. If they haven't, they might have already just pulled the trigger and gone.
Indeed, they have. So with that, I don't think I'll get to watch them. Are you in that one by chance?
No, I'm just quickly breaking my video game. Don't worry about me here.
I'm quickly let them know. I would like to watch the game, I guess. Going, I didn't realize it was so eerily quiet in it. But Seji, chat, W stream, W cast, W players. Yeah, well played to the players doing awesome shows on tonight. I think so far my highlight has to be the Grunky versus Chelsea finalist matchup. The all in level 3, pretty much 0 CS. I think in the fight Grunky got 3 CS by pure collateral. So very impressive kind of skirmish between those two occurring. I'll quickly just shut my door. And then we're going to be watching towards the other half of the bracket then, which
apparently I'm not friends with Grunky Peep, so I'm just taking a little bit too long. And Juny and Harry D are already in game, and they're a little bit too keen. But that's okay. I have the Grunky Peep invite coming through right now, so we'll have Grunky and Wrangle up on stream. Both of these guys are just so keen for the win here. You know, I have seen a lot of shade thrown in Wrangle's direction about midwave, and I really think that, you know, he's keen, 100% keen to kind of, as he said, play some easy champs, and, you know, prove that he does in fact have the hands and that midwave is not a problem.
I just want to point out Celtex. Can't wait for the versus Tryndamere. Yeah, I don't think we've had a Tryndamere match yet. We have had the Ravens. It's coming. It's coming.
I mean, we'll see because I don't know whether Grunky Peep is gonna, you know, he's picked variety the whole way through. He's picked, of all things right now, he has picked Yorick.
Chef, when you can, just make sure you stream your thing so I can. Yeah, that's fine. And with that, then I will flick us over. Oh, hang on. Into my game as we get this one now underway. In this one, we have Quinn going off against Nidalee. Nidalee, a very fascinating pick. Guardian's Orb for the mana kind of coming through. Quinn yet to go, but is approaching. Yeah, I think the tactic here, probably most likely going to be wait it out for the Q is to kind of and just get some massive poke down. And once it's low, maybe go in with Tiger Form, that form.
Q is percent missing health, so it's an execute. I think if Harry can get this Quinn poked down, get Juny low, then she's in real trouble. But Quinn was so much damage early already.
Yeah, exactly. A large amount of kind of damage able to come in. Full spot's getting procced. With this, I'll quickly flick over to you. Give us a rundown of your match.
Yorick Lee Sin, I've got to be honest, I'm so happy to see a different matchup. I think all of our viewers are really happy to see a different matchup.
Yeah,
Yorick got Lee Sin locked in a cage here, but he just can't match Lee Sin's damage. Grasp proc comes through, gets the health bars a little bit more even.
Good amount of sustain on the
Grunky throws out the ignite. The Ghoul's just doing so much damage.
Of
course, those health shrines.
Juny kind of pushing the Nidalee under the tower here, as kind of trying to catch up on the CS, but it is a mage. It's going to be a bit difficult here, but
he's got a big wave stack there. I think that he'll be fine catching up here, especially if he can deny a little bit more to Juny, but it's not looking like that's going to happen.
No, pull the attention quickly towards the now half-health tower. A lot of damage coming out from the Quinn there to try and burst that back down, going back towards Chefs.
We might have to swap over. Grunky's gone all in. He's thrown down the ulti, thrown down the ghouls. Wrangle's had to back out. Now down to about a third HP, back up to a half with the shrine.
And it looks like Yorick kind of struggling on the mana front. No clarity, which, again, like you said earlier, is probably a better way to go about this, as the other summoners have more strength than is necessary. Or is like...
I just think it's crazy. It's crazy to trade off combat power. Trade your ignite or your exhaust, and trade off kill pressure or defensive power for mana. It feels bad having to do that.
Hours, kind of not too much happening, just a bit of a trend of damage occurring. Going back over to Chefs.
Wrangle has in fact altered the Yorick, but Grunky Pete just does not care. His maiden just healing him up the whole time.
Two fights breaking out there. I don't want to quickly jump back. It looked like Quinn getting a massive amount of damage out on towards the Nidalee, but heal was coming in just on time as another fight kind of breaking out, but these health packs are really turning the fight quite often.
Is that percent missing health heal is just, it's one of those things. Yeah, it really can change the tide of a fight, particularly if you can time your damage window. There you go, done.
Yeah.
Execute.
Yeah. And Nidalee, again, the kind of ignite coming on through towards being really secure.
Harry D is a very high ranked player. I believe I have him rated at 2100 maybe in the OBL, so that would put him at somewhere in the vicinity of GM. Like he's a good player. He's got hands. He knows what he's doing. Nidalee in a 1v1 might be a comfort pick, might be an ego pick. TBC. Juny, if he wants to, I'm not sure whether that was what the score from their first round was, because that was their second one. But that might have been a 2-0.
I think, yes, I think that is indeed a 2-0 kind of coming on to there. So it's just your match, I believe, to finish up on.
Very good. They're in Champ Select shortly. Right now, in fact.
Is fine. Again, it's we're kind of rolling our way now towards the semis, as this will be the final match of the third bracket. We'll move into the semis finals. So,
There you go. Juny, in fact, got a little bit ahead of himself. He did get a win. The score was 2-1.
yes, okay, there you go.
Now, the Grunky Peep. I tell you what, Wrangle's seen that Callista's strong in these 1v1s. He's swapping to, ADC Comfort. I don't know how good he is at Callista, but he's still an ADC player, so some degree of familiarity there. And I don't know whether this has been agreed upon by the players or not, but Grunky Peep has gotten a fantastic read here. And put himself in a great spot. LeBlanc into Callista. He has so much kill pressure here. Like, if I'm Wrangle, I'm a little bit concerned here about how much kill pressure.
Yeah, which it's, again, a lot of the, especially at 6, I feel like Grunky kind of the hold out, limit the damage when 6, absolutely just pop Wrangle onto the Callista. We are talking about like an assassin here as a time pause. Game.
A summoner has disconnected.
Nope, Grunky's.
There we go. Someone's crashed.
Thank you, Riot. At least we're not the only ones with technical issues all the time here.
No, exactly. It's good to see. It's glad to know that a company of 200 years experience matches the one of a single.
I mean, No. Use collective, and collectively, we've got to be at
collective.
least 2 years of experience.
You are right.
I mean, you and I maybe not, but the OBL collectively, there's quite a few as we possibly nearly at 3 years collective experience.
There we go. We begin to see the items kind of on taking into trying to like go for damage with a lot. Going a bit of a defensive item as well as just damage.
I tell you what, I do want to make a note of here, is that on one side of the bracket, we now have Mudley and Nabura, both of whom have been Tryndamere merchants. And they play off. They get to play each other in the first round of semifinals, and in the second round of semifinals, we'll have Harry D, who just won with Nidalee, versus either Wrangle or Grunky Pete, both of whom have been picking a little bit of variety. So we're going to get a variety gamer versus Tryndamere grand final potentially, which will be very interesting to watch. Grunky with the distortion, the electrocute. Getting a lot of damage down on this Callista, but Wrangle's having none of it. He's got him on the ropes now. Grunky really not able to step up because that spear from Callista just does so much damage.
Not too much happening here. Wrangle kind of looking for blood if possible, as still a little bit of trades here and there.
He's throwing out his mark, but not able to proc it because Wrangle is just all over him. He's in his element here on this Callista.
Yeah, Callista kind of making it back towards the back, going to pop it, trying to maintain as on the left.
Grunky also going to collect a relic. Gets back a good chunk of health. He's at nearly half. And, I mean, you know, on the one hand, you might look at him and go, geez, buddy, you don't have a whole lot of health here. But on the other hand, it's a LeBlanc who's still sitting on Ignite. You know, he's got his Electrocute available.
Can come out now. Oh.
That was his ultimate. That was a double mark. But just not able to capitalize.
That would be lovely, but yeah, as you said, kind of, it is a rough, as we've seen before. If you're not paying attention to the spears, you can get bursted down very, very fast. But it looks like the health-wise and mana-wise, it's really beginning to balance. Draw out a little bit longer.
I think Wrangle maybe caught Grunky off guard earlier with how much damage he was able to both withstand and dish out. But Grunky's definitely a little bit more wary of it now. And he misses the distortion. Doesn't get the mark proc, and Wrangle takes the win. It's 1-all.
That was unfortunate. I saw the angle. I saw the way to get it done.
Disconnected.
Just didn't happen, though.
Wrangle saw the angle too, and just leapt forward, dodged the distortion, and just like that, we got a game 3.
Yeah, it's good to see that these again, as we approach, it's really kind of the skill levels are now beginning to balance out. Variety. And yeah, we're going in. Final match for the third bracket, which is getting me nervous.
I know it's we're getting dangerously close now to being able to, you know, I mean, semifinals next round. You know, this Wrangle Grunky Pete matchup, I think, is really going to be a question of draft. They're both capable of beating each other. They've both got hands. So, you know, it's just a matter of who wins out in draft here. You know, I thought perhaps LeBlanc would have the advantage against the Callista, but those Callista ARAM buffs, they go a long way, and they really helped Wrangle just absorb some of that pressure.
The LeBlanc kind of pressure there would have probably shown. The issue is in a fair amount of those kind of engages and skirmishes that was occurring, the distort was coming in and it wasn't landing. The double marks were because, again, as Pokemon abilities on target, and it's a pointing, right? So that comes, but Ballista, auto dash, auto dash, auto dash, Q dash, auto dash makes it pretty difficult to be able to aim accurately the LeBlanc distorts unless you're assuming a dash. So.
And I mean, you know, Callista has a lot of time to kind of decide where she's going to dash, so...
Yes.
It's got to be a good read or a very fast trigger pull.
Exactly. I'm down to, like, a jump us away. Champ select? Like...
It streams Champ Select now, does it? That's nice.
Well, yeah, not the full, you know, not the fancy one, but hey, the client one works, right? Yeah.
This'll do. So,
go ahead.
We've got Wrangle's locked in. He's ready to go. You know, I've seen some talk that you know, Xin Zhao could be a pretty solid pick in the 1v1. We haven't seen a lot of it yet. Grunky opting for what I'm going to imagine is comfort, or just the old "if it ain't broke, don't fix it" strategy.
Yes. Now I realize why I didn't have mute. Remove this one. Sorry, everybody. That might have been a bit weird, but anyway. Alrighty, Darkstar Yorick against Xin Zhao. Here we go. Soltex coming in with hopefully a Dark Seal on this. Could be very, very auto healing activity, but probably not, as if the Dark Seal procs, the game's done.
I mean, look, I think this is for me, this matchup is not an easy read one way or the other. I think that Yorick's damage output is just difficult to estimate because of those ghouls coming in and chipping away even after the trade, chasing after you, dealing a whole lot of damage. So I guess the question here really is, does Wrangle have the tools to kind of deal with that quickly and easily?
Yeah, exactly. I do have the semi lobby has been created. Told them to hold off whilst. So it'll be very quick into the next one, I think.
That's the way we like it.
Yeah, it looks like again just a pretty standard over. See the Grunky Yorick kind of coming through. Haven't seen Trindam in a while. That's what we'll probably see it next year. As it Nabura is one of the contestants.
Nabura and Mudley, both Trindamir merchants. So we might finally get to see that Trindamir mirror matchup that nobody has been asking for. Grunky and Wrangle trading a lot here, and Grunky's lost more health, but Wrangle doesn't have enough mana to keep this pace up. So Grunky might be in a position here to just keep fighting where Wrangle won't have such an easy time. Wrangle hits 5 early and decides to make the most of that.
Doors getting traded, getting a mark onto the Yorick, as well as both the no, not Ignite's traded, but
just the Xin Zhao's Ignite. Wrangle's got the pressure on, but Yorick's ghouls, they just do so much damage.
And again, I just want to pull attention to Yorick kind of Dew is a sustain in itself. Every time it gets procced and hit with it, it does heal him. So it's pretty strong, honestly. The kind of drawn out fight here. I'm not too across the board with Xin Zhao healing.
I would very much like to highlight the fact that Wrangle here has opted to go for the Snow Globe. And what that means here is that he doesn't have that nice flat damage resist, which would be really helpful against these ghouls, but it does give him AP scaling, which his heal does scale with. And it also gives him a little bit of mana regen, which, he desperately wants, so...
I can see it then coming through. Hopefully it's maybe looking for like a angle where going to try and draw the fight out a little bit. However, I don't like the odds. Not only does Yorick in itself scale, but the ghouls scale with it. So every time that this kind of wave gets defeated, and without engaging,
the Maiden comes out. Xin Zhao ults as well. Knocks the Maiden away, but slowly getting that healing out, and he can try and chip this Maiden down, but if he does, Grunky's going to come in and tell him to back off.
Bunch of ghouls coming out as a Yorick E kind of lands, getting a nice transfer of damage onto towards Wrangle here.
Wrangle getting the damage out early, gets the Ignite off because he used it earlier on. It's already come off cooldown.
A beautiful Ignite there from the... Again, just the Grievous Wounds application as the heal puts down on full pack. Really reducing that healing from Yorick to pretty much like one.
Wrangle gone in, Grunky's Ignite's back up. And just like that, one big bonk, and Grunky sends himself to the semifinals.
Wow, and with that, quarters are wrapped up. Well done. We're making it.
That was,
we approach semis.
That was I have to say, I'm very, very pleased that we're finally getting to watch some variety. If I have to spectate another Trindamir game, it was going to send me mad. But, ultimately, Wrangle and Grunky both kind enough to give us a little bit of variety.
Yes.
I'm gonna credit them both for that. Grunky ultimately resorting to the comfort of the Yorick to secure a win.
And with that, I will quickly pull us over in current bracket. The second final bracket that we are looking at now, I believe, before. So the match that we're just about to watch is Mudley versus Nabura, which again, as Chef pointed out before, both Trinity. So we're probably going to be watching, which is always like is fine. That's fun. As we watch the kind of the sustain the crew. At the other side of this, we will be looking at Harry D facing off against Grunt. In towards the second semis, and then after that we advance on to finals. But
I think now
now
is a great opportunity
Yep.
to throw a little poll out in chat, and let's see who they think are going to be the grand finalists.
True, actually, this is a brilliant idea. Are you on it, or do you want me to do it quickly?
No, you can throw it out. I'm not up with the
Beautiful.
whole.
Hey, that's all. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just here to talk into a microphone and
Finals. So we have Funky Peep in one. Have Mud Lee,
we have Harry D,
Harry D.
and we have Nabura.
Beautiful. Alrighty. Poll is out. If you're watching, place your votes now, as this is going to probably be the final ones through to finals now. I will wrap it up after this first 1v1 match is done. And good luck. May the odds forever be in your favor, ish, kind of. Copyright probably shouldn't say that. Anyway, we're in.
Yeah, that's it. Careful of copyright. We don't need to. May the odds be in your favor sometimes.
Yes,
and that's
yes,
all we're
yes.
allowed to give you.
Exactly. May a jackpot roll in your favor, I guess.
Or not.
Or not, yes, or not.
For legal reasons, or not.
or not. But we look at, this is it, the Tryndamere mirror between Nabura and Mudley. Looks like the item's going for a bit of a different one. Nabura going for a bit more of an aggressive one with the Guardian's Hammer kind of peeking out. Whereas Mudley going to maybe look for a bit of a defensive angle with Guardian's Horn as they all go in with using the crit chance and the insults coming through. Same summoners.
And I guess really the question here is minus 15 damage, you know, and the extra little bit of health gonna offset the extra damage, the extra attack speed, and the lifesteal that comes from the hammer. And I guess this is a personal preference matchup, but I am inclined to agree with Nabura here. Both exhausts, both ignites coming out. They both decide to back off.
Both summoners all being transferred. No rage on both of them. I feel like Nabura maybe a little bit of a small misplay before. I don't play too much Tryndamere, but I saw Mudley had consumed a lot of the rage and was still standing up on the wave. Nabura full rage should have just tried to go for a trade out using the higher crit chance, but Nabura getting first level 6 with the Undying Rage, and they begin to make their first little skirmish.
And Nabura's still sitting here. He's got a health pot ticking now, and he's still got one more sitting in inventory. So, you know, net health position pretty close, but Nabura with a full rage bar as well means he's functionally up right now. Insult. Good trade.
Nabura still
This
sitting
mirror
on a
match.
health pot too, which, yeah, Mudley no longer has any pots, so could be a little bit interesting.
This mirror match, it really is just a game of inches. It's, you know, it's one auto attack here and one auto attack there. You know, a little bit extra crit chance is what's going to make the difference ultimately, I think.
Exactly, like, yeah, now that Mudley has consumed it, Nabura eats the rage as well, and looks like Mudley is going to crash the wave, but it's going to be whoever can get higher rage faster now.
And there's a big wave coming in on this tower too, so Nabura needs to do something about clearing this wave out. Or he's going to be the recipient of the Tryndamere experience he's been so generously providing to all of his other opponents.
Heads up, both Ignites now online, so as they, Nabura spends Ignite on towards Mudley, Mudley may be going to Escapes
Demolish
without
rock.
ult.
Mudley trades a lot of his health there for half the health bar of the tower.
However, again, is now already about pretty much just over half health. Nabura looking to maybe
75%
freeze the
even.
lane.
Yeah,
trying to
Nabura's
maintain a
just
high
waiting.
crit.
He doesn't know where Mudley was, for sure.
That following through. Again, it's a game of crit chance here. Mudley igniting on towards Nabura. Minion doing their damage. Still has the crit, but it goes for the heal there.
I will say something that Nabura's been making really good use of is when he's at a full rage bar, he really actively seeks to try and gamble for a crit and then consume the rage before he heals.
Yes.
Really just trying to eke out every bit of damage he can get from this Tryndamere.
Exhaust both online now, so be looking for another fight. If it happens under the tower and a double exhaust come through, could be a lot very, very risky. Undying Rage
Gonna
coming
see
through.
an Undying Rage here for the power damage. And then Nabura is just gonna dive.
I could see
even
the
further.
gamble.
It
I
was a
think
gamble, but
Yeah, I think Nabura was trying to maybe go through the Undying Rage, use the wave to take the tower, but yeah, just enough damage to not be able to follow through with it, as that is then the end of round 1 of the semis here as we move to the second one. Yeah.
Nabura going for a greedy gamble there, and I don't know whether this is him maybe just trying to, flip it for a bit of fun, or whether he underestimated how quickly, or overestimated rather, how quickly he'd get through the turret. Really, he was only about 2 auto attacks off, but just couldn't quite get away from Mudley.
Oh my. So I have just ended the poll, as I said, after the very game. It smells like favoritism in here. Grunky Pete taking 67% of the votes. Harry D taking the other 33%. Mudley and Nabura, the Tryndamere merchants. No love there, both getting not a vote. Unfortunate. So
I mean, Grunky Pete is just, he's been a pillar of the community. Everyone's a Grunky Pete fan. He's done a great job casting for season 1. He's done, his All Stars, which of course was quite a popular event as well. And so I think Grunky Pete, maybe he deserves to be showered in a little bit of fan favoritism.
Exactly, which again, as we're seeing, could follow through. We're excited to see his match come on as we approach another double second game here. He's a very strong champion. Why not play it? Yeah, and begin to approach our finals. It's good to know that out of, I believe, was it 32 players that we started with, we are now down to the 4.
Wait, that's it. We're down to the final 4.
Yeah.
And I had been warned. I had every single person in chat when I said, "Yo, I'm gonna do a 1v1. We're gonna just, you know what, no holds barred. Let's see how this goes." Everyone kind of went, "Oh, you're gonna see a lot of Tryndamere. You're gonna see a lot of Renekton." And look, we've certainly seen a lot of Tryndamere. We've seen a little bit less Renekton. I don't know. I think that we've been fortunate enough to have some kind souls in the form of, Grunky Peep and Wrangle and Harry D and Flufiso with that Janna. We've seen some very cool picks so far.
We indeed have, and it's I'm interested to see when we do make it to the grand finals, what champion pool is gonna see kind of come on through. If in the final 2, is the grand finals, does it maintain a best of 3 or a best of 5?
It's best of 3 as it stands, but we're running a little bit further ahead of schedule than perhaps either you or I had planned for. There's been a lot of 2-0s. Everyone's been pretty quick getting results in.
An hour and a half at least.
Yeah. So, perhaps I throw it out to the two finalists in the 1v1 chat and see whether they would like to extend it to a BO5. We'll let them decide that once we lock in our grand final contenders.
Exactly, as again we're seeing the kind of the rage play kind of coming up between both of these people. Know exactly what they're doing, but Nabura has the upper hand here, forces Mudley to consume his rage as they go ahead and balance out the Graph the Undying. Nabura yet to consume the rage. Ignite
Proc
going
after
out.
proc gets the ignite to deny the heal from the relic. I mean, Mudley trades back an ignite. Truthfully, for what feels like maybe just getting the damage out and having the same timer, because he's just, you know, not quite in that same position that Nabura's in. Even if he does take a turret hit for free right there.
Well, again, that's fine because Nabura then just pops a health pot, gets a couple autos, and in a couple seconds we're about to see Nabura probably heal for like that. So for about 300. So
Oh, and the tricky thing here too, you know, like Nabura has once again opted for the hammer, and Mudley has once again opted for the horn, and he's just, you know, that his spin is just not doing quite as much damage as Nabura's is, and so in these trades, Nabura is just slowly but surely eking out a little bit more damage. Of course, the crits from Nabura as well multiply the advantage that he has from the extra AD. And the attack speed then multiplies that advantage again. I just don't think the damage reduction is worth it.
no, exactly. Like again, you're kind of, as you said, though it is nice. A lot of these games are drawing out to post 6, which I didn't really think to fall off. Remember, it's a flat -15. At the early game, when damage is small, it really shows itself as another skirmish comes across. Mudley exhausting on towards Nabura. They're just auto-attacking.
Nabura trades.
Exhaust coming
We
out
might
towards
see
Mudley.
ultimates come out here.
Undying Rage, Mudley popped. Nabura still holding on to it. Which then puts Nabura in an incredible upper hand as Mudley now has to really attack this wave to stop a crash occurring here. Otherwise, I'm sorry to say, Mudley will lose this.
He is now very much at a disadvantage. Nabura knows it. Nabura's pressing every single advantage he can. I think that if he gets this wave under tower, you're going to see Nabura just build his rage, crash the wave, and try and kill Mudley here, I think, or just take the tower.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there is a chance, but again, Nabura has Undying Rage still, and is attacking the tower, getting the Demolish proc out, and looks like is maybe not going to push that advantage. I think it's a bit too much of a gamble as Mudley's Ignite goes on towards Nabura.
I mean, he doesn't have to. He can just sit on his ultimate for the next kind of, you know, probably another good 30 seconds or so. He just has the upper hand here by every metric, and if he crashes another wave, that tower's gone.
Exactly. Mudley won't have the summoners up in time, at least not for another 40-ish seconds, which, like, Mudley might be going into an engage.
Nabura pops the Ignite. Again, another, you know, he just keeps getting these Ignites on great timers right on the, I mean, you know, it's not exactly a difficult Ignite to hit on the Health Relic, but he's just getting so much value out of his Ignites. And Mudley just hasn't been seeing the same value out of his. In this game of inches, Nabura just keeps taking inches one at a time.
Again, Mudley understands that due to the circumstances, has to attack this tower, but Nabura, getting Mudley low health, still has the Undying Rage. Both of them do, though.
Oh, Nabura nearly getting that Demolish proc off, but he knows better than to be greedy. He,
One more
no
Demolish
doubt,
proc
is
and it's
aware.
over. Nabura
I
really
mean,
trying to have
this
to
is
push
it.
in. Mudley using Grasp the Undying, still has Undying Rage. Mudley popping Undying Rage. No barrier, no exhaust or ignite to be able to slow Nabura. Consuming Rage, Nabura still sitting on the ultimate there. Yet to pop it this entire game.
I mean, Nabura has just, every time he sees the Undying Rage come out, and he says, I don't need to trade, I can just sit on my ultimate, hold it for later. And this is it, holding it for later, and that's tower and
Exactly.
1-all.
Like a game of chess. Unfortunately, not much can be done there. Nabura knew exactly what they wanted, and it wasn't actually the kill. Could have taken it a couple spots, but why gamble? Play the long con, go for a bit of trench warfare there, and get the tower. Very well played there.
We've got Danger Man rules in chat. This Nabura guy, I'm telling you. I'm not gonna lie, man. This Nabura guy, yeah, he might be Trinity merchanting, although I will say I think even he is not overly thrilled about it, but by the same token, you know, whether he likes it or not, he's here for the win. And so Tryndamere is it.
Exactly. You can't hate a player just for like the champion pools. It's a competitive game. Why, like, you go for the champions that you know are strong and that you're comfortable with and are just good in this sort of 1v1 matchup. I'm interested to see here if maybe a last throw can maybe win Guardian Spawn, but was that one actually done? Are we on to Grunky now? Or is that the
no, I believe the score is 1-1. So there should be one more to go. And then on to Grunky and Harry D. I'll quickly get you in this lobby as well, Corey, if you're...
Thank you.
Where are you in my friends list?
I am on... might be in general. Yeah.
You are, in fact, in general.
Beautiful. Alrighty. Get a spec up. Same as we play into second match here. Again, we're so guaranteed going into the next one is going to either be Mudley or Nabura, as it is them facing off, right? And then in the second one, where most of the votes went to Ronky Pete as well as Harry D, it's where pretty much you guys have voted for a double victory, so it's good to see that, like, you know, this competitive through here.
Now, I want to just highlight that we do have Nabura and Mudley in voice chat right now.
Oh,
and
really? Okay.
They have clearly made a gentleman's agreement that if they're going out on Xerath.
And with that, yeah, I will hop us over to this, as you guys can kind of see that you're getting a double Xerath hover here, so this could be a little bit interesting, as yeah, we're gonna hopefully... Gone is the age of the Tryndameres, maybe, but hopefully our not bullying, but the collective mob mentality of anti-Tryndameres might have been the case.
Although, oh no, the portrait's just disappeared for me. It still says Mudley's on Xerath, but we've got...
I'm thinking they might have made a draft pick instead, from the looks of it, because I'm pretty sure I just saw a ban come through. So that's what we're looking at. I think they're banning just random stuff.
No, Howling Abyss blind custom.
Okay, never mind.
I think that's just the classic Riot Games spectator
lobby. It is a double
lobby.
Xerath, though.
We're gonna get they're doing one for the fans, so you guys know then. You guys in chat now know they don't completely hate you. Finals should be high 1v1, says Seji. You know,
winner saying cinema, perfect, a perfect way to describe this exact situation as we go into game 3 of one of the the semifinals.
This is it. Can Nabura play that game of inches again? It looks to me like they have agreed to make to go full mirror matchup here,
Exactly.
Same rune page. Nabura obviously winning the award for nicer player for feeding the Poro. Mudley yet to extend the same courtesy to the Howling Abyss natives, but
just missing a charge Q onto Mudley as the first trade begins to pop out. Mudley bells onto as well. Comment. Oh my god, this could be a quick match if Mudley keeps landing. But, again, a lot of this is going to become a bit turn-based when these players run out of their mana pool, and it's then going to be based on level ups.
Well, don't forget that Xerath's passive means he
yes.
gets mana back when he autos, and if he autos a champion, he gets a lot more mana back than he does for a minion. Nabura might have bitten off more than he can chew here with this Xerath pick. Mudley hitting lots of skill shots.
Yes, however, Nabura still having a bit of a weight advantage. Not too big, as Mudley making a brilliant trade on towards Nabura. Mudley flashing away, Nabura getting onto the health pack. Both healing, Nabura snowballing on towards the Mudley.
And Nabura dodges the stun with the snowball. What a combo. Nabura must be listening and said, yeah, hold my beer, buddy. Shows he does got hands. And our first grand finalist is this Nabura guy, to quote Danger Man. And now we head on to our second semi-final between Grunky Peep and Harry D.
I'm not going to lie. I was almost getting super keen to see a double ultimate where they both stand still, do their thing, and just bombard each other with full artillery.
Artillery battle indeed would have been good, but
just a stat check.
there's no chance they're letting that slide.
No, as again, yeah, advancement, going to grand finals pretty much on receiving level. As we now go into our next batch of the semifinals, Grunky Peep facing off against. It was, I believe, Harry D. There we go. Sorry, the name doesn't match the player, so I have to quickly jump over.
Yeah, he's got different names everywhere. He's got different names in Discord. He's got a different name in Riot. He's got a different name. It's just honestly, so hard to keep track of.
Why not? If you can cause grief, why not?
that's true enough. And we see first pick being hovered here by Grunky. He shared with me the other day that he is a real Renekton fan. I was talking to him about the 1v1 and I said, oh, Renekton Tryndamere that's what everyone reckons is strong. And he said, mate, I am the Renekton. He said he plays this champ so much, in fact, that I think he's got himself some sort of Renekton-related tattoo. So,
oh really? I don't want to.
He's a Renekton fan, all right.
As I do have a box with Renekton on it as well, so it's very fun champion, very strong to play. This was from the World's 2023 kind of fan package, alongside a Teemo, and as I think it was Annie, but yes, Renekton, very, very strong, very, very fun to play. A lot of abilities, a lot of sustain, a lot of, I guess as well, like in norms and stuff like that, a bit of a assassin-ish vibe, especially on towards the E's. E, in charge the W, get the large Q on. A lot of like, I wouldn't say 100 to 0, but opens it up for another player to kind of kill, more or less. So, as we make our way into the second one, Zoe against Renekton.
I have to confess, I am a bit of a Renekton hater in team draft. In 5v5, like coordinated team player, I don't like seeing Renekton in the draft. I understand why he's there, but it doesn't mean I'm a fan. In 1v1s, though, I mean, he's a flashy champion. He's a strong champion. Let's see if Harry D has the Zoe skills to kind of, apply the pressure here. he says in chat, should have gone Flash. He's taken Ignite Ghost. He's maybe regretting his decision right now.
Look, it could be an interesting way to go about it, kind of Ghost and...
Well, I wonder whether I wonder whether he wasn't perhaps banking that Grunky would take Flash and he would get it through his W. And so, you know, then by proxy doesn't need Flash. But
yeah,
now that...
I can see Zoe winning this eventually, but it's going to be
man.
difficult.
I think it's a hard sell. Pre-6, Grunky has so much pressure here on this Renekton. Like, he can build up Fury, sit, you know, at like 40, 45 Fury, dash through the wave, get the stun. He's, of course, taken press the attack. So he can, you know, dash through the wave, stun the Zoe, and it's basically good night from there.
Well, hey, if that's the case, anyone in chat, show us some love. Get on the copium train for the Zoe pick here. I like it, and that's the one I'm hopefully going to go towards this game as a bit of a kind of things come out. Renekton going in double dash on Zoe, no stun coming through.
Zoe, of course, getting the exhaust there through a W. Extra summoner spells, so much combat power, and Grunky's just stuck in the wave and can't get damage out.
And that's why we said I absolutely can see Zoe taking this. Hell yeah. The honestly very, very, very lucky exhaust coming out from that balloon there on towards the W, letting the exhaust and the ignite kind of come out there. Yeah. Bloody hell. There we go.
Well, we might have some double audio, apparently.
Uh-oh.
Seiji says.
That should be the case.
Soltex is...
fine, so that's very, very interesting.
That's
I think I just got
technology.
hyped. There we go. But, yeah, there we go. Wow. That was quick. But,
Never mind.
again, very well played there by both members there. Very close on the Renekton. Played it pretty as strong as you could in that sort of match up. The pressure early on was good, but Zoe just the kind of hits kill button, lands the spells. There's not much. Beat the true damage, the large amount of, the large amount of damage, and then the summoners, the ignite, good against Renekton in the first place, but then the unlucky exhaust dropping from the balloon and kind of just stopped Renekton from double dash was gone.
I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think that Zoe was gonna dish out quite that much damage.
Nor did chat from the looks of it, as we have what was it? Someone said Soltex, Zoe probably giga nerfed in ARAM as well, but not quite.
Not nerfed enough, if that's the case. Like,
yes.
You know, Renekton is like one of the 1v1 champions, you know, and so if you're strong enough to take that, then you're in a pretty good spot still.
Yeah,
I have to agree with Soltex that I find Zoe to be a little bit of a sickening champion. I say this as someone who plays Teemo. You know, like I enjoy a cheeky Teemo for the 2 patches a year. He's allowed to be even remotely playable. Of course, that patch is coming up next patch for anyone at home. 26.9 will be perhaps the only patch that Teemo doesn't get taken out back behind the shed.
Is that the patch where the bunch of like burn changes and stuff?
Yeah, well, so there's Static Shiv coming in, which now applies on hit so it applies poison on all 4 zaps. And Static Shiv now has 45 AP. And then on top of that, they're also introducing Deathfire Touch as a keystone, which may or may not be the right pick on Static Shiv Teemo, but nonetheless, one of those things no doubt will make him playable and immediately have him nerfed. So.
With that,
sad times for Teemo mates.
Jump in to the second game, I believe, as we see Renekton versus the I think a matchup that we saw earlier on. Correct, or was it Akali versus?
No, that was an Akali Tryndamere.
Yes.
We haven't yet spectated this matchup. Nabura's a good Teemo player, FYI. Then you know, I'm a Nabura supporter the whole way.
However, Soltex has countered it with he's going to bore us with Tryndamere. Boras, it's
I mean,
still
he's-
very interesting mechanics to watch in play.
Look, all I'm going to say, Soltex, is maybe we'll have to see you come into the next 1v1 tournament and dethrone him. We might change it to Fearless, or we might global ban the Trinity.
I like the idea of Fearless. That could be interesting. Or at least, or maybe not Fearless, but I think is it like, oh, no, yeah, it would be Fearless. Once a champion is played, it's gone.
I think something that would be very, very cool, although possible to track, would be Global Fearless. You know, like across this from semifinals
yes.
onwards, if anyone picks it, it's gone, and you play like rotating matches.
Exactly. As we see Ignite from Harry D come on toward there, and then kind of keep Snowball coming through, but less important as a call as that does come back in, I think, 40 seconds.
Yeah, basically no cooldown.
Exactly, right? So I won't call that one out unless it makes a big play from it. But it's going to be a bit difficult here for Harry to, as Renekton has a large amount of this kind of coming through. I don't think Akali has any, so any damage, only way to get it back is either health regen, pots, or health pack.
I think, again, you know, I spoke about this in the Trinity matchup, but this extra free magic resist for Grunky Peep is going to make a difference. He's also opted for a rejuvenation bead, which has gone full defensive. But Harry D dishing out damage early, forcing the ultimate out of Renekton.
Yeah, the ultimate out of Renekton, as well as now the Ignite, which puts Akali in a very good spot, still holding onto the ultimate, and will actually have Ignite back sooner than the Renekton. So a good skirmish here within the next, I'd say, maybe minute and a half, could be very beneficial here for Harry.
I mean, if Harry can get Grunky low here, you know, his ultimate, of course, R2 being an execute on Akali. He's got a lot of kill pressure, but that Renekton sustain and that Renekton healing buff on ARAM, he's already back up to full health. And still sitting on a pot, mind you.
We could call this up. Currently, the CS is pretty much equal, slightly Renekton favor.
Harry D gets the Ignite, goes in R1, R2, but not enough.
Managing to move across the Howling Abyss in one combo there. I'm not going to lie. Kind of the double dashes coming out of both champions as the Ignite from Harry goes on. But as you said, isn't enough to be able to really do enough. Renekton getting the healing pad. Suffering in terms of experience, though.
He is down a level, but there's 4 minions from that wave there anyway, so it's not the end of the world.
Again, kind of looking for a bit of a skirmish out. Renekton will have more or less, in I guess, the next kind of initiative, as he will have Snowball accompanied with Ignite, ultimate very, very soon, whereas Akali's not going to have anything. He's going to have to be safe.
I think safe is perhaps not on Harry D's agenda. He'll play carefully, but he's not going to let Grunky force anything out without, you know, kind of a tit-for-tat retaliation.
Grunky Pete going in. Ultimate coming out. Ignite going on towards, and ultimate getting kind of swapped out. Takes the first blood for, I believe, round 2.
Round 2, Grunky Pete is here with a point to prove. He is a Renekton lover, and he is also going to win some games on Renekton. He gave us variety leading in, but, you know, we're in semifinals. It's time to, you know, really take this seriously now. And I've got to say, he's locked in.
Yeah, I believe we're currently sitting on 1-1. So, we make our way into the third round now between Harry and Grunt. And the final round, the semis, as we crawl closer, inch by inch, the crown, who take higher OBL 1v1 round championship. The first time in OBL.
I have to say, Soltex has been championing. Sorry, I just got a message from Nabura asking me if finals is best of 5. Soltex has been championing in the chat. He wants to see an Ivern in a 1v1, and I think it could be interesting. I think it's the strongest champ? Maybe not, but then I also would have said the same thing about Janna, and I stand corrected there already. So.
Even though, again, Janna did eventually end up losing the game, it was still a very, very strong kind of towards it. Unwanted game is the grand final. Not just yet, but we are approaching it. Very final game between Harry and Grunky to advance to the grand finals and face Nabura. So stay tuned, because we are moments away as we head into the final game 3 of...
Indeed, we are in game 3. We've got a couple of interesting champs here. We've got a Na, we've got a Nunu. I've heard Nunu feels pretty strong in these 1v1s. In fact, it could have been Grunky Pete that was telling me that. So, I guess we'll see. Does Grunky Pete with Guardian's Horn Nunu have what it takes to take down Harry D's Na?
Tactic here. I wish him luck on the snowball.
He's ready, that's for sure.
Get a nice panning shot as this happens here, which I can see the Nunu being able to eat the minions as this goes on could be very, very strong.
Also, his the damage that he gets from his E on snowballs.
Yes.
He can dish out a lot of damage very quickly if you're not ready for it.
Again, though, I'm just going to quickly pull this up. Going for a full kind of the Guardians as well as the armor item. We're going to have a little bit of an, I believe, with the mana once again. As Na goes for a quick disengage.
That may well be the case, but Grunky clearly not worried. It'll also be interesting to see whether his runes are going to pay off for him here.
Oh.
Of course, we've got Na taking the fleet footwork. I mean, he's made his strategy abundantly clear. He's going to press W and walk at you with a snowball.
And as it kind of goes on and we're now beginning to approach level 6, it's going to become a bit rather quite stronger as if Harry goes into the engagement.
Grunky instant snowball gets cancelled.
And Ignite's getting transferred.
Okay, the trade. Grunky also having to use his exhaust there. The damage from the Na was just so much so quickly.
Guardians, I'm just out of curiosity, has currently saved 205 damage as he goes around for another around the world snowball. But Na going for a hop away. Snowball's coming in from getting low on mana though.
I've been very impressed by Grunky Peep's champion pool in 1v1.
I know, right?
we've seen truly just huge variety. And being a caster, he is no doubt cognizant of the viewer experience and wants to put on a good show as much as he does win. So he's been kind enough, of course, to grace everyone with some good variety.
Harry, though, getting a nice ult and hot, getting good stun on towards Grunky, landing him into the wall. Grunky's ultimate gone, a second stun coming in. No summoners are able to be transferred here. Very, very close. Good ultimate there by Grunky getting the shield out, trying to waste some of that damage coming in from Harry D, but is now low mana, coming around with another snowball. Landing on towards Harry. Harry hops away, catches the end of it. Exhaust coming away from Harry on towards Grunky there.
That heal on the Nunu is so ridiculous. Watching Tryndamere was giving me a headache, but this... Goodness me, this is like that you know, region of the headache meme where Nunu heel must be giving Harry D a whole headache right
the
now.
whole redhead, yeah. As Grunky going in for another snowball.
Just keeps chipping away, and Grunky keeps just having a little snack, and away he goes.
Oh my god. Again, though, I just want to pull attention. A lot of this limiting factor will eventually come down to mana, as Harry gets ultimate form going in onto Grunky. Secondary
Mega
taking 3 tower shots. Ignite from going on towards Nunu.
He's dishing out a lot of damage, but I have to say, this Nunu is doing a very good job of soaking it up.
Yeah, unfortunately, Nunu, having access to the Q button, I guess, healing a metric ton of health like that. Except, I want to pull attention, 40 CS to the Gnar. At the end of the day, first one to reach 100 CS, which Gnar currently has the advantage on. Bronky either has to get this kill or is going to lose to the CS difference here. Very good serve, regardless.
I have to wonder, like, what is the play here from Nunu? How do you get this in your favor? Because he's kind of got these trades that are pretty good, but Gnar comes into Mega, heals up, slams him into a wall. And, you know, he wins the trade again. This free heal off Mega Gnar, the stun. He can't get the boulder. Another boulder, but
insanely close, but not quite. Grunky low on mana, getting a level up. Will eat this minion, or one of these minions for health. There we go. Goes in. That's a secondary health pack. Try and stay as strong as possible. Not really having too much sustain outside of in and out of the form.
Going in for another trade with snowballs. The Gnar bar is low. He starts charging the ultimate. Doesn't let Gnar jump out. Harry D loses so much health from that. And you can tell Grunky is thinking carefully about his opportunities. You know, he made sure he had the stun. He made sure, like, the knock up from the snowball. And Harry D's gone in on Mega Gnar and takes the win.
Wow, that was insane. Okay. I can see where maybe this double audio might be coming from. I will fix that now. Should be no more an issue. But that was an insane game. Wow. Well played there by both Harry as well as Grunky. Very impressive snowballs coming in. Missed the first couple, whiffed. Later half started landing them. Extraordinarily close on the second kind of batch of the second ultimate coming in from the Nunu. Nearly 50 to, like, it pretty much went 50 to 10 on towards the Gnar. But managed to escape. No more mana on the follow-up from Grunky. The snowballs landed, but just couldn't do much to follow through with it. And unfortunately, no mana, just Mega Form. Didn't really have to care too much about the resources there, as we now advance in our grand finals, which I believe we are now going to be looking at Nabura facing off against Harry, which no, well, again, here we are. We made it. Oh, where'd my voice go? Hang on. Here we go. At the end, we made it towards the grand final, facing Harry D off against Nabura. And I just want to show quick. This is the entire journey. Been brilliant watch, brilliant casting. It's been very, very good to watch towards the later half of the night now, and we approach the the finals, Harry against Nabura, the who will take kind of the championship crown for tonight. Yeah. They're probably discussing. Okay. Yep. Yep. Are we as well? Are we fine to interview the winner of tonight? Just to double check. We'll flick them a message probably now. Once I'm in the lobby, just to double check. But yeah, it's been fun. Judy. Yep, I will keep on chat. So that was an awesome game, right? So in chat, how are we feeling? What do you reckon is the vibe? Let's do one more poll for who takes the grand finals of the OBL 1v1 first ever. Our contestants are Harry D and Nabura. Let me just make sure I am spelling that correct. Brilliant. Okay. I hope the casting thing has been fine tonight, and I've had a couple ups and downs, but you know, that's all right. That's all right. And yeah, again, we're going in towards the finals. Thank you everybody for joining. Big adventure tonight. We are currently on 5 minutes from 3 hours of being on stream, so let's go. I'm keen for dinner. But again, thank you, big thank you and big shout outs for Soltex, Dangerman Rules, Seji Thurgo, as well as I believe Football Winner, if I haven't. You've kept the kind of chat pretty alive tonight. It's not getting, we're never gonna get as many views as, you know, grand finals. A happy ending to it, but Soltec saying no Tryndamere, no Tryndamere, no promises is my response to that one. Honestly, we could. It's a viable pick, a very strong pick. So hopefully, we do see other variety. But if that kind of comes on through, then that's okay. Looks like a lot of the kind of votes tonight going towards Harry D instead of Nabura, as all 4 votes going to Harry. If you're watching, remember, get in, get amongst it, get in the chat, start making your votes. As yep, making a grid. Let's go. Okay, we have more games. He's here to prove a point, and it's working. It's very much working. As in terms of the votes, again, if you're watching grand finals, round 1, after this, pretty much once we're in, we're going to cancel the poll to get your votes in. Currently, 71% say Harry takes tonight, and the remaining 29% are saying Nabura takes tonight. So, get your make sure your voice is heard as we begin to approach our very final games for. You know, again, a pleasure. As let's go into game from looking at the luscious into the game. As you can see, we are seeing Tryndamere on, Nabura on the Tryndamere and Harry D on the Aurora. Could be a very interesting. Hey, look, it's getting late. I'm getting tired, and I am the luscious boy. And you are the handsome man.
Minions have
Don't worry, I'm getting my second wind as we are here in the grand finals of the very first ever, again, split zero, I guess, more or less, 1v1 tournament. And one of these two players tonight take the entire crown for themselves. Question is in the coming up 1v1 tournaments, will they be able to withhold it? No, God, no.
take it in.
Yeah. Interested to see Harry D's tactics to keep Tryndamere down and in the dirt as the insult kind of comes out, but not much. Aurora playing very aggressive, trying to keep Tryndamere on that half health and away from this wave as Aurora's wave is really about to crash. Has a bit of sustain too, if I'm not misled. Oh no, okay, give me 1 second. Can you say something? Aha, okay. Can you say something again?
I can say something
How
again.
embarrassing, that's me. I am so sorry. In fixing the double audio issue, I killed you virtually. Oopsies.
Oh no, I went from 2 to 0. That's sad. Well, I'll remake my point about the Aurora matchup. You know, she's the strength here that Aurora has that perhaps other champions with mana doesn't is that she has a 3-hit passive that can be stacked by her auto attacks. And so she functions, you know, I suppose very similarly to an ADC with good harass. But she's also got huge burst damage. And that electrocute proc is just chipping away at Nabura, and I have to say this is the weakest position we've seen him in. That
Yeah, wow.
Aurora ulti, it's getting very close. You know, I think Nabura is feeling the pressure coming from Harry here. Really, just not letting up. He's every opportunity. He's sneaking in auto attacks.
Harry has this figured out on how to keep Nabura, hopefully, from victory. Another wave crash coming in from Aurora. From Harry. Very impressed. I think this is the worst position, as you just said, worst position in Nabura in this stage yet. Normally it's a bit of a 50-50. Full rage going in on towards the Aurora. Exhaust coming out, transferring exhaust, ignites, transferring ignites. Still has the ult, doesn't even need it, takes first blood, takes round 1 of the grand finals.
You know, Nabura knows. You'll notice that he had taken a longsword there instead of his usual cloth armor. Decided to do away with the defensive second item.
Yeah.
Instead went the Guardian's Horn to deal with the constant damage procs. And a longsword for a little bit of extra DPS, and it paid off.
Yeah, it really did. Even though you can really see the punishment come through. A lot of that early game had the Tryndamere kind of under tower being under oppression. Sorry, Nabura under tower and under that kind of oppression that Harry was able to bring forward Aurora, right? However, the moment the kind of levels balanced out, Nabura saw the window. Aurora had no kind of ult. They both had a lot of the sums, but you could just push through, and he went for it. He went straight for the jugular, tasted blood, and managed out on top, easing the very first blood, the grand final.
I have to say, the one thing that is just, a huge credit to Nabura's skill as a 1v1 player is that he really knows when he's in a position where he's got lethal.
Yes.
And he's just so good at doing the trigger pull. He sees the window where he has lethal damage, and that's it.
Yeah.
Done. Night night.
It's exactly what you said. It's he knows the character and he knows the limit, and he pushes it.
I think it's a huge testament to his skill as a 1v1 player that he's so comfortable using his health bar as a resource. Obviously, Tryndamere has a lot of health to work with in the form of regen and healing, but he's just in a 1v1 with so many different win cons. He does such a great job of leveraging every resource available to him. Admittedly, he's playing champions with perhaps a few less resources, so he can spend a little bit more time thinking about the one resource that he has or two that he has. But it just makes such a big difference. And Harry D obviously liking the matchup and just feeling like perhaps he made a misplay there. He's decided he's gonna run it back.
Yeah, absolutely. It's obviously it was very, very close the first time. Harry can kind of see that there is a way to make this work. He almost got it at least twice before Nabura managed to seize the victory. So if you can refine, get those I guess placements back to where you need to be and not misstep. There is a world where he just takes this. He's out for blood this time. He's not going to he's getting the
We'll say at the very beginning you don't have the item overlay on, but I do, and there was a bit of a bit of inner conflict there for Harry as to what he was going to build. We saw the snow globe come out, of course, the Guardian's Orb, but then he was tossing up, do I get 1 fairy charm, 2 fairy charm? Ultimately landed on a mana crystal. So obviously knows that mana was a problem last time.
Yeah.
Similarly, Nabura has changed it up a little bit. Obviously didn't think that the longsword was worth trading move speed for, and has this time opted for boots and 1 extra potion.
Guardian's Horn again coming out, hoping. It seems like the very kind of survive the early stage, go for 6. And then you can... Guardian Horn will get you there with a sufficient amount of health, I would argue. As Harry D going to kind of pass hit the lane and look to pressure Nabura.
I think that, Harry D's plan here is the same as it was last time, which is just put his foot all the way to the floor and don't let it up. You have to keep this Tryndamere just on the ropes permanently. Because if he's not on the ropes, you are.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, that's really well said. Is the sheer oppression. You have to exert more than a bully. So it's good to see that that Harry, he sees how to do this. And I could only think that... Oh my god.
And Harry D gets the ulti down, but autos the turret by accident. Can't get enough damage off. And, he might get a good bit of turret damage off here, but that Tryndamere healing, this is where it's going to really prove problematic. How do you regain momentum here? That's a big loss of momentum. No ulti, no ignite.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as you said, the exhaust there is still nice. If you can use it after Nabura does his spin in, to maybe be able to survive a little. However, the Undying Rage still lasts. It's still there, as well as the ignites. So I think Harry will probably have to just not play this safe, but play this carefully and go into damage control with this wave. In comes in, going for Demolish proc now.
Yeah, and that Demolish proc just does so much damage.
And then yeah, once the Demolish proc is out, Nabura just knows back off. We'll take The initiative is spent and lost. Heal up. Look for more rage now.
I mean, this is the Tryndamere gameplay loop. I've got to say, Dodgy's in the chat. He's got some less than pleasant things to say about watching Tryndamere in a 1v1. I think that maybe skillless. It's not an unfair description. It's perhaps not entirely accurate, but it certainly doesn't allow for the same skill expression that you might see out of other champions. And like I suppose the instance of the Aurora, I think you have much less margin for error than you do on the Tryndamere.
Yeah, like it's in terms of resources, it's pretty split evenly. The exception is, I guess, like you said, Tryndamere has really control over the situation now. Has no summoners, but does have the ultimate, which is very, very painful. Aurora Tryndamere going in on towards the Aurora. No summoners used in to trade there. Nabura kind of building up the rage and then using it to heal.
And Nabura's exhaust is coming back off cooldown now, and to be honest, in the current state of the game, Nabura is 100% in the driver's seat here, and Harry D really needs to think about thinning out this wave, because if he doesn't, it is going to be game right here. I think Nabura knows it.
Here comes the Demolish proc. Harry D popping the ult. Trying to look for a burst down. And one more auto, and it is done. Nabura takes game 2 of the grand finals. Unfortunate, not as good as the first game the Aurora plays, but I don't know if it's either Harry playing maybe not as good or Nabura kind of catching up and acknowledging that he's really at risk here if he doesn't focus and step even better.
I think Nabura was happier with his build that game. I think the boots made a big difference to him being able to dodge abilities.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think Nabura is quick to learn, and get. Anna said very early on, he's like, Nabura just has me downloaded. I can beat almost anyone else, but I cannot beat Nabura to save my life. And I think it might be Nabura's kind of secret skill is that he just downloads the other guy so fast and so effectively that you might get him on the ropes once, or you might even beat him once, but he's certainly not going to let that slide a second time.
Yeah, and really, like, with the rage bar and the kind of fighting occurring, right? Going into it, no one gets, like, just more stats, more or less. Outside of, like, levels and stuff. Once you have your items, stats are kind of just coming from your levels. Tryndamere does have that resource bar that just simply lets him do more damage the angrier he gets. The rage bar, right? So it's very strong in the 1v1 situation. So
I think, truthfully, the thing that makes Tryndamere so disgusting is that I think in every matchup I've seen the Tryndamere get down to like a quarter health, and then he disappears off the screen for a second, and then he's 100% HP again. We have, in fact, got a handshake.
Okay, good.
Nabura has acknowledged that a 3-0 from Tryndamere is not a good viewer experience, and we are, in fact, getting the very personal request of the one and only Soltex. I saw him ask for it earlier.
Yes.
And, I guess they must have seen it too. Or perhaps Harry D's asked for it. But there's been a handshake here, and we are, in fact, going to get an Army Mirror matchup.
Which, where is it? There it is. Pin message. Well done, Soltex. You just got your message pinned. You called it earlier. It does look like a Nami kind of showdown, hopefully. Double Nami, so could be interesting as we are officially on match point now. The only way we could kind of see this turnaround now is Harry D to do a reverse sweep. which would be very, very impressive. But
I think that I don't know what Harry's pool looks like. Perhaps Nami is one of his signature picks. I'm sure Voltex would be kind enough to enlighten us, but you know, the Nami 1v1, you have to wonder, is Harry D's apparent comfort on the champion, or either that or Soltex is just trolling us here, but you know, is that going to be enough to offset Nabura's ability to just download your entire move set in 30 seconds and then just, you know, get gapped, kid?
yeah, yeah, exactly. It's good to see that it does pivot towards the end. We're seeing Harry D spec into a little bit of movement speed with the boots coming out there with some health pots. Nabura coming into it with just a bit of AP, an orb, and no health pots. Must be sitting on gold.
Harry D clearly more comfortable on the champion. Getting it really good level 1, level 3, I suppose, trade-off here. A lot of damage coming out early, and it might be looking like he's going to be able to get the kill here.
Absolute
And might
bloodbath.
get him very, very low. One auto is all that's in it. Harry D opting to save his flash for now. Perhaps until a later date. And I think this is where we're going to see Harry D take a win here, because his items are just better. You can see in chat, Nabura says, bro, your pots.
Yeah, it's a bit of a fish bash. As yep, there we go. Harry D taking the kind of victory there. Anybody surprised? Not so much, but yeah, it's there we go.
I think there might have been a miscommunication in the handshake there.
I think so. Which Nabura's
Harry
probably
D
going to
realizing that he's just in a losing position. Nabura realizing he's in a losing position. Lets Harry D take the win there, and that sets us to 2-1 as we head into game 4.
Which I could probably say, smell that in the air. Probably smells like a Tryndamere.
I could smell a Tryndamere, but we could see this in fact swing around in the other direction, and perhaps they handshake on a mirror matchup of Nabura's choice. We'll see what they decide to do here. Nabura obviously has one more game up his sleeve before you know, he really has to just lock Tryndamere in again.
Yes.
Hopefully Harry D has something up his sleeve as well to deal with that Tryndamere. Perhaps a Callista. We've seen that win at least a game. And it is.
Sorry, chat, for the
In
black
fact-
screen there for like a minute.
That's all right. We now have another mirror matchup, another handshake, and what I believe to be Nabura's signature handshake, which is of course the Xerath.
As we make it into not, I guess, still technically match point in Nabura's way. If Nabura wins this, it is officially over and take very first crown of the 1v1 face-offs. As I throw us into the game. Harry D on Xerath, and again, Nabura on Xerath.
This time they have clarified that no health pots will be allowed in this mirror matchup. It is a fight to the death.
And it looks to be a direct mirror, as summoners are both the same as well as spells. No balls coming out, no flashes, just a bit of a poke off currently.
I think
Nice
the
charge.
separating factors in this match, aside from obviously who can hit the most skill shots, is going to be who is it that uses their snowball the best to dodge a skill shot.
Whoa, Harry D, quick on the flash there. Understanding can't dodge that Q, needs to get out of the way there. Seji Thurgo, are these players part of the OBL teams? Some are, some aren't. Some are brand new faces to the OBL scene. I believe.
Harry D has not played in before because he was too high a rank, although I believe he's eligible this year. I'm not certain, or this season, not certain if he's made his way onto a team or not. Rosters haven't locked yet. Nabura has been in the OBL server for exactly long enough to open a ticket and ask if he could be a last minute replacement for any players who drop out. So he's a very new face.
Which Harry D on the absolutely in retreat now on death's door. One spell and it's game over. But Nabura, I guess, like nearly just as low, and is rubbing it in with popping the health pad in front of our poor little Harry's face. It looks like maybe Harry might hide in the bush, look to get a little bit of damage out, but he's going to be caught off guard by Nabura's health, as he does manage to get a fully charged Q.
Certainly not too late, Seiji, for you to get yourself involved in a team. Just put word out there. We've got a looking for player channel. I think it's called the OBL Recruit Zone. As Harry D is very, very low here. He's got the snowball to try and dodge, but Nabura, having none of it, flashes away and secures the kill.
That was very, 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 very close. I could see Harry's what he was going there for, the kind of mark through the stun, get in, hopefully land the spells. But I think he got there when I don't have that much mana, and got annihilated.
Got caught. I will just see whether Nabura is ready to come in briefly for a quick little couple of questions. We won't hold him too long.
No.
And then crown him the first ever OBL 1v1 champion. Which of course comes with eternal bragging rights. And a shiny new role in the Discord, although, he's new, so we'll see whether he's a Gen Chat hammer or not. But I think Nabura is back, ready to cement himself as the king of 1v1s. And it's going to be a come and take that crown if you can.
Yeah, which... Again, grand final is very well played by both players there. Nabura really showing in that kind of skill expression. I'm interested to know what rank he was. And
he's currently Masters.
Makes sense. Okay, it makes sense then. But crazy well played by all players of tonight, all 32, I believe.
And a huge thank you to all of the players for coming along and making it possible. Obviously, we could run a 4-player 1v1, but it's just not as exciting. Great to have so many people come out. And thank you everyone also who came along to view it. We'll get Laura in. I'll just zap him up.
Good.
Hello?
Welcome, Nabura.
It's him. It's the star. It's too bright. Well
champion.
done.
You guys are making me blush.
Well, I mean, look, I've got to be honest. Dominant performance the whole way through.
Thank you.
I mean, Enna was the minute that he found out you're in, he was fearful, and I guess rightly so.
Who found out?
Enna.
Yeah.
He because I think he was keen. I saw someone say, "Hey, where's Nabura?" and he said, "I haven't told him because I want to try and win one for myself."
Oh, that's so funny.
So I suppose the first question that I have for you is tell us a little bit about how you feel about the Tryndamere. I mean, obviously you played it a lot. That doesn't necessarily mean you're a fan.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan. I like to get these... I like to show that some things are especially broken. But, of course, to prove your worth, you have to win the tournament, right? So... I just have to show everyone the most broken pick. I before this game told a few people about it, tried to get it rolling, and then if I'm allowed, I would like to add a rule to this tournament. I'm assuming you guys are doing it weekly, right?
Well, so we haven't got it set up to do it weekly at this stage. I mean, we could run a 1v1 tournament that's just like self-managing weekly or something like that. But We're definitely keen to do some more 1v1s in the future. There was talk Meg was maybe going to run it as a like monthly, once a month, do fight night, something like that. But what would you change, moving forward?
I would have the champion, the player that won, veto the champion that he won, like ban the champion he won most on, and then the meta evolves every week. So this week would be Tryndamere, and then people would race to find the next OP thing, and
Yeah,
hopefully
interesting.
it makes it a bit more
Phase
interesting.
out all the champs, yeah.
So
Exactly.
so
By
make,
week 10, it's very interesting.
so make Tryndamere a global ban, and then next week make
Exactly.
Renekton a global ban, and then
Oh well, I mean that's if Renekton wins. Maybe
Well,
there'll be a
whoever the
counter
case
that
is.
comes to Renekton.
Look, I suppose there are a couple of games we saw Tryndamere as a champion perhaps suffer a little bit early. One of those was Callista, who I don't know if it was against you or if it was against someone else, but Callista did manage to eke out one victory against Tryndamere. And Harry D certainly had you on the ropes for a little bit early there with the Aurora.
Yeah.
Was there anything, did you have any matchups where you felt like, or maybe you could have lost that if the other person had better hands or, didn't make a misplay or...
Yeah, I think Callista's one of them. There's lots of small things that go into that matchup, but definitely requires a lot of patience, and it usually comes down to CS victories in those sorts of matchups. So it's usually a matter of who farms better. And having that in the back of your mind is always sort of mentally good.
Yeah, 100%. And I suppose this is the trouble with 1v1, isn't it? Is that there are some people there who are there to fight, and there are some people who are there to win, however they can within the rule set.
Exactly why Tryndamere is so strong, because he can go for all three.
If
Yeah,
I
well,
can,
and this is-
I have a question too.
Yeah.
Out of all the matches that you faced off tonight, right, between Harry, Mudley, Lucas, Flufuso, and Anna, who do you reckon provided you the most challenge?
Anna.
Anna? The round 1-1, Anna. Yeah, okay. What felt so oppressive in that match?
Probably his knowledge the night before, the night before, and this morning today we were playing, so I guess he knew my playstyle the most, and he knew exactly what I wanted to do, so yeah.
Yeah, okay,
I have to say, how did you feel about that Janna matchup?
Oh, I mean, I got scared in the first minute, but then I realized I could press Q.
I have to say, we were reeling for like perhaps 2 entire rounds of the bracket afterwards, going, "Oh my god, wait, Janna has so much level 3 power. What is going on?"
I think if she changed her rune setup, she could have definitely won a little bit. Or not her rune setup, but her items as well.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Guardian
clearly prioed move speed there and staying out of the way.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, congratulations. You are the one and the only first ever OBL 1v1 champion.
Thank you.
Will we see you back next time to defend your championship or title?
Yes. If you guys are hosting,
100%.
I will compete.
We will no doubt run another 1v1, and I'm sure you'll get the express invite to the 1v1 as the defending champion. No point in having a title that gets passed around if you can't defend it after all.
Exactly.
I'm so glad I could play. I was itching to play in this tournament.
I mean, clearly we were glad to have you here. Of course, we appreciate you, kind of sitting in the wings and waiting to see if someone dropped out or not.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I mean, I think from the very earliest stages, Anna would clued me into the fact that you are a strong 1v1er, and clearly someone who enjoys it as well. So working hard on all those min maxes and whatnot, and I suspect that what we will see is either the something like a global ban on Tryndamere, or perhaps even progress to something like Fearless as well.
Yeah, I would highly recommend the global ban.
Yeah, definitely a good
Clearly.
idea.
Which,
I like the rolling like global ban fearless kind of thing. I think that's a cool idea.
That is a cool way to go about it. And with that too, don't worry, your message was sent loud and clear. A lot of the discussion in the chat was this was Tryndamere and yourself, and the last two chats we have are from both Soltex and Harry. Tryndamere, OP. So your message has been sent.
But
Very good.
Um,
All right, we'll let you go. Thank you
Yes.
very much, and I'll be in touch to chase up. You get to pick special colors for your role and have a shiny role on the Discord.
wait, thank you for having me.
No, not a problem at all. Thanks for playing.
Thank you.
All right. Very good.
Alrighty. Wow, there we
That
go.
wraps up the 1v1.
Yeah. Thank you again, everybody, for like tuning in and all that sort of stuff. Is there any final lasting notes that you would like to make, Chef?
No, this was a little bit of a test run for us, as much as it was for everyone else, to see how it all goes. We appreciate everyone coming out. We appreciate everyone being a little bit patient while we figure out some of the kinks that we hadn't yet encountered. And huge thank you to all of the players, all of the people who came along to stream, everyone who hits like and subscribe on the videos. That's always a huge help to us, and hopefully we can put some more cool tournaments out in the future, maybe some more 1v1s. Maybe I know you and I had been playing with the idea to potentially do some other cool formats, maybe a little bit of arena.
Yeah.
Maybe we do some TFT. I've seen some TFT enjoyers in the Gen chat, certainly. Obviously, at some point, we're going to have to do an ARM Mayhem competition as well.
Before it goes.
No, it's staying. There's no way that
is
game
it?
mode ever goes.
Ah,
Yeah,
true.
it's currently on indefinitely, and they may or may
it
not
makes
take it away.
sense.
But
I could go queue now, and I'd pop a queue in 20 seconds.
100% super popular. So we'll do some other cool events, no doubt, and perhaps we'll even see Meg turn this into like a once a week or a once a month kind of thing. Would be very cool to see, like maybe a points-based come and go as you please sort of weekly 1v1 championship or something like that. So, big pace is what I have to say.
Well, with that, I guess I can sign us all off for the day. So,
Very good.
Again, congratulations, Nabura, climbing in out of 32 places, taking slot number 1, scoring victories in the very first round over Ina, progressing on to face off against Flufiso and coming victorious out of that matchup, into then facing off against Lucas. Soon after, Mud Lee, and then in the grand finals, standing from the ashes of the rest of the entire OBL 1v1 tournament to come out on top of Harry D, claiming the throne and crown for himself. Congratulations to all the players tonight. Specifically, congratulations to you, Nabura. With that, thank you everybody for joining tonight. Been a pleasure. Split 0, very first 1v1 tournament. We have a Lord that has established themselves amongst the others, our dominant 1v1er. And with that, I will catch you all on the next cast, either on the next 1v1, next for fun event, or the next, the next season.
OBL regular season game, Corey casts. Let's see.
Maybe. But hey,
That's it.
we will see you then. Thank you for joining us tonight. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like it, subscribe, keep following us, get amongst it. You can join the OBL, get in the Discord server. So just search for our medias. And yeah, with that, adios. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.